What's up, everyone? It's episode 29 of the Blurred Podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Creamcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Dark Side.
Yo.
And myself, the Ed Underground Bay. How you guys doing?
Is that your permanent
No.
catchphrase?
I already retired my...
I'll do it on and off.
Hey,
Yeah.
Crit.
I mean, you turn the cringe factor up to 10 every single time, Ed.
Well, it's for the wrestling fans out there. They wouldn't know what that is.
Ed, I'm pretty sure there's no
to wrestling
8-year-olds.
fans.
Yeah, I don't think there's no
Mm.
8-year-olds who are listening to our podcast talking about, man, I love it when one guy says, bay. You, say, you don't say it like smooth. You just like, bay.
Well, yeah, there's
I like it when the
8-year-olds on
Haskell
here.
guy face kicked the guy with jeans in the face.
And whichever
That was pretty
wrestler-
What?
Whichever wrestler does that catchphrase would politely, kindly ask you to stop doing it on the podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not my favorite wrestler, but that wrestler is a big fan of podcasts and video games. So
Well, look,
for all we know, he could be listening one
He
day.
could be listening.
He can suck on my knob
Oh
You
my
know
God.
what? Yeah,
unless he shows up to my house and I'll be a cowering bitch.
Hey, if he's
Before that.
he can hit us up anytime he wants.
yeah.
Exactly.
You know the funny,
Look,
Back to Twitch TV.
You know
what's
how-
the guy? What's the wrestler's name?
yeah, what's his name?
His name is
Wait, you told me to know his name?
Slippery Pete.
You don't even know his name?
Adam Cole.
Good
Okay,
job.
look,
Okay.
Adam Cole. It's a
Yeah.
call out, bitch. Okay.
Oh,
Anytime.
shit.
Any day. All right. Twitch.tv/the underground motherfucker.
Wait a minute.
Come at me. Twitch.tv/the underground.
Wow.
It's on, motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Hey, gloves.
Yeah.
You gonna take that?
Yeah, gloves have been thrown. Holy smokes. You know what validation it would feel if, what's his name? Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
If he actually
Adam
showed
Cole.
up to his.
Yeah, he actually showed
I
up.
mean, that'd be cool.
He'll beat the shit out of it, but it will be fangirling the entire time. You sign your name in my blood. Yeah, but I mean, no, that'd be cool. One day, if he does listen to our podcast, Adam Cole, once again, take that invitation from the Ed Underground, beat his ass. I do have his address, so if you want to go and beat his ass, I am more than willing to give it to you because I don't believe in online bullying, and right now, Ed's being a bully.
Well,
What?
Ed did say earlier before we started recording that he needed to get his back blown out or
I
something to that
did
extent.
not say that.
What you
Did
saying
not.
about your back? What'd you need?
It'd be cool to go to a chiropractor to just crack my back or whatever.
Yeah.
I've been to
Crack
one
your
once
back, or-
years
Yeah.
ago.
I think that's what you said. I think you said something about I want my back blown out.
I never said those words.
I want to get in a downward dog position.
Never said those words.
We were like, okay, whatever.
Never said those words.
Cool. All right. If you say
Yeah, all
something.
right. Yeah.
Hey, it's 2020. It's about to be 2022, dude. We're very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We at the Burger Clock Podcast are inclusive. So by all
Hell
means,
yeah.
do what you want, man.
Just not that.
Yeah. So how you guys doing overall, man? This has been every time I think we've always mentioned it. Like I love being on this podcast. I look forward to it. So how's you guys' week been going, man?
Good. I through the grapevine, I heard that there was some criticism about one of our hosts.
Oh,
I don't know.
not me, but oh.
Oh, okay. What's the word?
I actually have to find it. Hopefully it's on my iPad here.
Okay, while
Oh.
Ed is doing that.
Nice way of being prepared in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
All right.
I didn't
Yeah.
think we'll be
Yeah, just keep on searching.
Yeah,
Shut
keep
up.
trying. Yeah. Outside of that,
Mhm.
what about the rest of you guys? You guys doing okay?
Yeah, all good. Went Sunday to watch the movie at a very noisy theater.
Of
And I was
course.
reminded of how much I missed COVID restrictions of having space between you and other moviegoers.
Yeah.
At least you had some noise.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So Dark Side and I went to go see the movie.
Did you find the message?
No, not yet.
I don't talk.
So why are you
until-
jumping in this conversation?
don't talk in this conversation
What?
until you get the damn message. We
No.
want to hear from our critics.
So Dark Side and I went to go see the movie with a few other guys too, and the
You went with
sound.
Dark Side?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Where was my invitation?
there was an invite. I'm sure. I think
Okay.
you couldn't make it that day or something like that.
Yeah, I heard
Oh.
that you were being pussy whipped bitch, but I mean that's
Wow.
not what
Yeah,
that's not
always.
what I don't know. That's not what I just what I heard, but you know.
Well, that's not far from the truth.
He's honest.
Yeah, at least he's honest about it.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Dark Side and I saw the movie with a few guys, and the audio levels were like off throughout the trailers. I've seen the Sonic trailer a few times, and seeing it again this time in theaters, I can tell the music was really low, but the dialogue was higher. And there are some spots where like a certain action scene will happen and like it'll be too low, but it was noticeable. And that happened a few times throughout the movie, which was kind of disappointing. Some spots, not throughout the whole movie though. But overall, the experience there weren't like any kids like messing. Well, from my side anyway, there weren't any kids like messing around and stuff like that. Some kids were like wearing pajamas, which was weird. When I say kids, I mean like high schoolers or whatever. Like they had onesies and basically they're camping inside the movie theater, which is kind of weird. I guess that's the new trend that these kids are doing these days. I guess I don't know.
It sounds like kids just being kids, honestly.
I mean, I never.
Yeah,
You sound
back
so
in
old.
high school, I remember people wearing like pajamas.
Only only one
Whippersnappers.
child in a onesie was Ed that day, so
I can believe it.
What?
Did Ed dress up as Spider-Man as he normally does?
you know, only Ed,
Normally does.
only Ed could make a Spider-Man costume look so
Awesome.
Yeah, sure,
Decrepit.
sure.
Decrepit.
Amazing.
Lethargic.
Amazing
Lethargic.
Spider-Man.
Homeless Spider-Man.
Homeless.
Mm.
I did not dress up for this event.
Sure.
Oh,
No, but the audio was annoying. You know, right from the trailers, it was annoying, and I did get up to complain like a Karen to the manager. It was a busy night. I waited in the popcorn line to complain about audio,
Oh, that's the worst.
and they didn't fix it till I think I'd say halfway through the movie because you could hear a distinct pop in the movie, and the music kicked back in.
Huh.
Yeah,
So,
definitely felt it was a drag. The first third of the movie was a drag till that like kicked in because all that like themes and MCU themes, the Doctor Strange theme, all this stuff just didn't pop.
no.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the
I have to
setup
agree.
then.
I have to agree. Even on this movie, I felt like there was even when my experience, we had some kids that were making a lot of noise. We just had the annoying guy in the background. We were in what we call like in our movie theater. There's like VIP seating, which is on like the second floor. It's supposed to be away from everybody. You know,
Rich bitch.
yeah. You know, yes. I am.
I would
very
have paid
rich.
it, whatever it was, if we had it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it didn't help because you know, of course, you had assholes that went up there. Assholes are at every pay range, obviously.
Mhm.
So they pay extra money to be in the VIP setting. That's the only difference between the VIP setting and regular is that you can have alcohol in the theater and so forth. So these assholes just kept talking, like literally having a conversation while we're in the theater talking. We're watching the movie, and they'd be like, "Oh, Spider-Man, man, that's really funny. I remember this one time when I dressed up as Spider-Man as a kid. It was crazy." We're like, "What the fuck?" And then
Well, guys, just
eventually,
watch the movie.
yeah, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then there's a guy. I mean, luckily we were kind of far away from them, but we could hear them talking, and they weren't talking like over like anything super important, but they were just always chatting the entire time. And eventually, this guy, you could tell by his voice, like he had like real big dick energy. Was like, hey, "Can you guys like please stop talking? I'm not gonna say this again." And they got quiet. Like his voice was like I couldn't even mimic how deep his voice was. And even though I was quiet in the theater, I stopped eating my popcorn. I just shut the fuck up. I was
Shut
like,
up too.
yeah, I was like, I put my popcorn down. I put my drink down because I'm like, maybe he hear me gulp my drink. I'm like, nah. But yeah, it was really really annoying. I recently invested in a little sound system in my house because for any movie that can come out on streaming platforms first over the movie theater, I will every single time choose the theater or choose my house over the theater every single time. Not
Yeah, same. If I mean, obviously, I don't have a setting like that, but if I did, I would definitely prefer it, especially with movies like this, where you know that there's going to be a lot of people.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something special about the theater, man. You know, these things will happen. I've been to movie theaters where the sound
It's
doesn't
special with the right audience.
play.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's the charm of going to the theater, man. It's
no.
Yeah. Okay.
oh, you're gonna miss it when it's gone. I'm telling you, you're gonna miss
Oh, I will.
No,
Yeah, I'll
miss
probably eat
it.
my words.
But the thing is, like what Green Turner said was perfect, is that it's with the right audience. Because I remember when I saw Endgame, that was perfect because people were excited at the right times. They were talking during the right times. Like certain things, like in the beginning, like it's almost obligatory for you to talk to your significant other who's not into Marvel, or the person that you're with, they're not into Marvel, to explain. Like it was funny. My wife was like, she's like, well, so at the beginning of the movie, she's like, is that the guy that does? I was like, I'm like, and
They're strange.
Yeah, and for the audio listeners, it seems like she was doing like a Kamehameha wave, like with Goku. She was like, he does this thing, and he's like, and I'm like, Doctor Strange. She's like, yeah, he's the magic guy. I was like, yep. She's like, okay, that's all I need to know. Granted, she doesn't remember one movie that he's been in. She doesn't remember what he does. She just knows that he does and did the hand motion. And so I was like, yeah, that's who he is. Now I was telling her like small things here and there. But other than that, like I don't miss like just assholes in movie theaters. Like you're paying money to go somewhere, and I understand some people have the attitude of I pay my money, I can do what the hell I want. In my younger days, I literally like when I used to see people do that, I get up out of my chair and literally like almost to the point I'll slap the shit out of them. Like I would like grab them and actually, and my wife, she used to see me like, oh my god, like you're really doing this. I'm like, yeah, because it used to piss me off so much. Now I'm a little bit more patient and so forth. But the assholes, they're always there, and I don't feel like fighting everybody.
Yeah, I remember younger Eric, quick to rage,
Yes, I
quick
was
to anger. I
very
remember
quick to-
one time at Darkseid's house.
Oh, it was Jake's house.
Jake's house.
Oh wait, no.
It was
Maybe both.
Darkseid's house.
Was it both?
There was
Dark
almost
No,
a
Darkseid's
fight
house.
happened over a card game.
Oh yeah.
was it? I thought it was at
It
Jake's
was
house.
Darkseid's house.
No, I've never been.
Well,
oh,
that's when you
it
pounded
was.
on the table.
Yeah, it was.
You
You're
said
pounding on very
snacks on the
expensive
table, and you were ready to beat Jake's ass.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember the one time at
Of
Jake's.
course, you don't remember.
I remember I used to black out. So black out and rage. I remember at Jake's house, I did that when we were playing
Munchkin.
Munchkin. But Jake would say like him and his friend would used to say like shit that was like borderline racist. And I know Jake's not racist, but like Jake just knew the certain things to say to me just to tilt me. And I would just blow up. I'm like, I'm gonna beat your ass in your own house. And like Jake's parents were so nice. I'm like, I would beat your ass and then say goodnight to your mother and father upstairs and just walk out. But no, it was that was good times. But
Good times.
Yeah, I would never. I don't miss the theater experience that much, to be honest. I'd rather get with a group of friends with a loud sound system and just watch it there and enjoy it that way than be with a whole bunch of strangers who are just gonna be assholes during the entire movie.
That's a theater experience though. Like
That's the theater. You said it. You said it. Endgame. You had a great time with Endgame. That's the dice you roll. You know, I had a great time with Endgame too. The crowd was perfect. But you know, you get good ones, you get bad ones. The good ones you'll remember.
Yeah,
but you're also allowed to enjoy what you do, and you know, I pay my money.
But I mean,
if I don't enjoy it, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, but we're asking a lot out of a movie theater experience. The movie theater experience has been, you know, like a roll of the dice since the beginning of time. You know, like you could go to the movies and have a great time, or you could see a black dude beat up another guy, and it would be like, oh shit!
I'm like,
World
Eric?
star.
Yeah, that was me. Yes, that was me.
That was a fun time.
What are you doing back in Chicago?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, but I mean, to some degree, if you enjoy watching movies more at home, then what's wrong with that?
That's true. I just say this: if you ever have a bad experience again, say my name 3 times. I will.
And you'll appear like Candyman.
Yeah, I will appear. I will come down from the ceiling and beat the person up, and then disappear again. Yeah, that's all.
Robin, Rockstar.
It's so stupid.
What?
Hey,
What are you talking about?
You
Hey.
said say your name 3 times.
Because he's Batman and
I
hey,
said Robin.
Is
oh,
Robin.
that's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you were having a
Yeah.
stroke,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
No,
What the hell?
you guys
jeez.
have to like get into Ed's mind to
Yeah,
understand
I
these
guess.
jokes.
I guess.
I have to turn off half of my brain, and then
Yes.
I'll be able to
You
realize.
have to cut off oxygen to have
You know
your
how
brain.
most people have like a hemisphere, a left one and a right one?
Right.
Yeah,
Ed, there's just one single hemisphere. There's no two sides.
yeah.
It's just
There's
one
definitely two
giant
sides.
jelly bean that is just
Nice.
definitely 2
it's nice and
sides.
smooth and glossy.
Yeah, smooth. It's freshly polished.
Did you find that damn message?
Yeah, what's the
Oh,
comment?
I did, but it's Cowboy Beat Up related.
Sure, this is here.
That's fine. It's show criticism. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so this is from Cascade. I wish I can ask Darkseid why is it so important to have a live action show for Cowboy Bebop? Why isn't it good enough just to have the anime? Also, why was everyone so adamant about getting another season when they handled the first one so poorly?
I didn't ask for that live action, but if you're going to get a live action, why not let them do something different with it? You'll always have the anime. You'll always have the original. I'm never going to watch that live action again, but I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
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 I think that's some. I think that's
What
something.
did we lose? Nothing. The anime is still the anime.
Yeah, we didn't lose anything. Like the soul of Cowboy Bebop is still the soul of Cowboy Bebop. It's unfortunate that now the maybe the masses know Cowboy Bebop to be the live action as opposed to the anime, but the people who loved Cowboy Bebop before Cowboy Bebop will still love Cowboy Bebop for being Cowboy Bebop. And I feel like it's okay to try new things, and I feel like it's okay to do something different with a series. Just like I think and Darkseid said before, is like there's nothing wrong with changing the origin story of the live action. It'll be boring if it was shot for shot scene from the anime. It'll be absolutely boring because like you've seen all this.
Just watch the anime at that point.
Exactly. So I mean there's two sides to this. People who absolutely hate it, who don't want to see it, and then people like us who don't think it was that good. But hey, let's just see what happens with it. We have nothing to lose out of the series.
Yeah.
And what was the second part that you
Like, why did we want a second season if they handled it so poorly in the first season?
Yeah.
I honestly think the show wasn't horrible. It was okay.
Mhm.
But I was still intrigued enough to want to see a second season.
Aren't you curious what that level of criticism would do to that second season? I'm very curious to see what they would do with that level of criticism.
Yeah.
Like, which direction would they go in? If they stuck to their guns, I would be actually, be like, okay, you stuck to your guns. But if they actually decided to re-examine how that adaptation works, I think we would have gotten something interesting out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
now we don't know. So, like, what's
Yeah.
the point?
But honestly, the show wasn't horrible. It was not a horrible show. It was just okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like they made this completely like garbage series. It was just an okay show. So, I don't understand why people hate it so much if it really wasn't that horrible of a show.
It had a lot of potential.
I think that's what people were. They were expecting a lot, which we were as well.
Yeah, because measuring it up to something.
To the anime, yeah.
Yeah. I the funny thing is that's a great comment actually. And that's something I might get into for myself for Spider-Man No Way Home as well. Because I feel like Cowboy Bebop and Spider-Man, Far From Home, I'm sorry. No, it's not Far From Home, No Way Home.
No Way Home.
I feel like they have similarities in terms of hype. And meeting that expectation of hype. Before that, so was that the only part? Did anybody else have to add anything to that?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so really quick, get into the most
Sneak apocalypse.
yeah.
Wait, that's gonna be your sweet. I thought you were still working on your segues, on your flawless segue.
Yeah, well, what the hell? That wasn't even.
That wasn't even a segue.
Okay,
He's like, you
fine.
guys done? Okay.
Okay, so now that we've done talking about No Way Home, I'm going to show you guys something that is near and dear to my home, and it's very far.
Whoa.
You almost
I
had
almost
it.
had it.
You almost had it.
I should have worked
Whoa.
on it. All right, so really quick for Sneaker Corner. I showed the guys earlier, right before we started the podcast, my current room right now. And I showed them that right now, at the current moment, I have 12 pairs of sneakers just from like the past like week or two that I've bought. I realized I spent a lot of money on shoes, and I definitely have a problem. I was talking to my mother today, and she was like, "Oh, she was like, is that I know." I told her, I was like, "No, I bought a lot of sneakers. I bought so I got some new stuff coming for my room too that I'm excited to show you guys once it gets
Oh yeah,
here."
your shelving units, right, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told my mom, I was like, "Yeah, I got 24 shelving units." I'm like, "But that's crazy because I just bought about 12 pairs of shoes in the past week." So that before I had at least 40 pairs of shoes. Now with another 12, now I'm definitely gonna have to buy more shelving. But yeah, I think in the past like week, 2 weeks, I spent like $2,400 at minimum on shoes. I'm like, yeah, I need to do better. I need to do better. I have a problem.
Holy cow.
But some new shoes that did come in that I am very excited to have, because these are just different types of shoes, are, drum roll please. Just make sure that when you do the editing, the drum roll, because this is very exciting.
Drum roll. Yeah.
Drum roll. Live editing on the go is the Yeezy foam runners.
What in the world?
Yes.
Oh, fuck is that?
Rachel, I want you to put a wah wah wah.
Fuck you guys.
Is that a loaf of ciabatta bread, or what are you holding?
Is that a chancla?
Yeah, this is definitely a unique shoe for sure. This is honestly a shoe that I do not expect everyone to understand for a shoe.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, the Yeezy Foam Runner. This has come from Kanye West's shoe line. And it's just a singular, pretty much foam shoe. It is like, if you see from the bottom of it, typical, like all foam. It's pretty much one complete shoe. There's not different parts of it. It's just pretty much molded, as you can kind of see. It's just kind of molded together, right?
Yeah.
As a shoe. And it honestly, I got this shoe honestly because I want to see what the hype was about. I want to see why so many people were wearing this shoe, why this shoe was going for hundreds of dollars on resale market and so forth. Not one is because it's a unique shoe, but also I kind of see why this shoe is so popular. It's different from anything you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
But it's extremely comfortable. I am not gonna lie. I've been wearing it all day today around the house. And yeah, it's a foamy, it's like a very cushiony, foamy shoe. And I'm actually in love with this shoe. It's really, really comfortable. Will I ever wear this shoe outside? I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm just gonna keep this as an indoor shoe. But this is a very, very, very comfortable shoe. Normally I do wear house shoes around the house pretty religiously, but this shoe, for a person like me who has sweaty feet, this just gives you maximum airflow, very comfortable. There's nothing really wrong I can say about the shoe. Like I said, once you get past the shape of it and what it looks like, you would, this shoe is very comfortable.
I mean, I'm talking shit about it, but it does seem like something like a future society.
Yeah, like
wear.
a future
like,
shoe.
yeah.
For those listening, it's pretend, what's that Pokemon with the bone on his head?
I know who you're talking about.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
Cubone.
I think it's Cubone. Okay.
Yeah.
So for those listening, imagine you're wearing Cubone's skull on your foot.
What the hell?
With holes in it. I can't explain it any other way.
That's kind of a stretch.
That is a very large stretch.
I would say if you're going to actually think of a house shoe, like a full blown house shoe, but it's just poked with a whole bunch of holes in it. So you have holes that outline the top of the shoe, the side of the shoe, varying holes through it. It is one complete shape.
I'll say ovals, but yeah.
Ovals. Just, that's just really what it is. It's a foam shoe. And like I
Mhm.
said, is extremely comfortable. I would highly recommend this shoe for everybody to at least try out. I gave it to my wife. My wife was like, "What the hell?" Like she's like, "What the fuck is that shoe?" And I was
What
like,
did you waste your money
"Yeah,
on?
yeah." She's like, "The fuck?" But when she wore this, she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh." She was like, "This is actually very comfortable." And I was like, "Exactly. That's the whole point." So
It looks like you'd put a baby in it when Krypton is exploding to fly to Earth.
That's actually pretty good.
It is.
That
It
is
is
pretty good.
Kal-El's bed.
This is that is pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. This is
How
very,
much did those run for?
brand new. I think they ran for $80, or
Mhm.
for retail. I think they ran for like $80. For
Okay.
resale, they are about 300 to 400.
Yeah, so I won't be trying on those shoes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
won't be trying on these shoes, but
Those cost how much?
on resale about $400.
Retail is 80, but you're
Retail's
not gonna
80.
get you're not gonna get a retail,
But
right?
yeah, you're not gonna get retail. The
Yeah.
funny thing about this is that so for a long so
This is the last sneaker corner.
so the funny thing is about this shoe.
We can't give to this. He's gonna go broke. This is
Like this, and this funny thing is, I got so many more
basically a
shoes.
bought styrofoam and air.
Yes, yes,
$400.
for $400. Now, some models, some are like $200, but some are more.
Oh, just
Just $200.
Just $200. That's
Yeah.
all.
But
Okay, so I gotta say, it
Okay.
does look cool, futuristic,
mhm.
but at the same time, I just can't see myself like wearing it, or even know what to wear with it.
Just wear clothes.
I would wear the hell out of those.
Like,
but
do you even wear socks with that? I don't.
You
the
can.
price is prohibitive, though.
Yeah, I mean, so the funny thing is, so you can wear socks with this. You can wear no socks with this. I mean, it's just a regular shoe. Like
Yeah.
sometimes do you wear shoes without socks? Yes.
Yeah.
But most of the time, do you wear socks with shoes? Yes.
Yes.
But I just feel like I need an instruction book with the shoe. Like how do you wear
No,
it?
just
type
put
thing.
your
Put
foot
your
in the
foot-
hole and that's
I
it.
just
You
It
got
looks like it should be hanging in like the Predator's trophy room, like mounted to
It
the
does look like a skull.
it does look like an alien skull.
I think it's the
That's why I
color
said
that you got
Cubone.
too. It makes it look
Yeah,
more like a bone.
like a skull.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is I forgot what color what the color scheme of this shoe is, but yeah, they have red.
on
They
the
have
stream. It looks
black.
like a bone color. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
through.
Yeah,
It might be the camera.
It might be the camera.
Yeah.
Other colors there are like cream, like more bone color, like white. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a brownish kind of color. But
Ah, okay.
so the
Do
funny
they
thing,
have it in black?
I believe so. Yes.
Ooh,
So they have
Okay.
black, they have red, and a whole bunch of other different colors.
wouldn't mind it in black.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if you guys want this shoe, I could. I mean, I told you I can. I know if you don't want to pay retail or resale, you can always get these on the fake market. And they're pretty much.
Will
the
it be
exact
as
same.
comfortable?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna give me a fake pair then.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So really quick, this shoe when it first came out, everybody and their mother was trying to get this shoe. Such huge demand for the shoe, like they were making fakes of this shoe and selling them in Walmart. Almost the exact same cuts, everything, almost identical. Only thing that it didn't have, there's an Adidas logo on the bottom of the shoe. They didn't have the Adidas logo, but they have the exact same shoe, exactly like this in Walmart for $20. And
Oh,
Okay.
of course, Yeezy found out about it, and they did, cease and desist to Walmart. But people, what they were doing is once they found out you could get this exact same shoe without the Yeezy or the Adidas logo on the bottom, people rushed to Walmart and were buying these up like crazy. And then people who bought the Walmart ones and had the real ones, they said you could barely tell the difference. So this shoe, because it's just a simple mold, pretty much, people were going crazy buying. Walmart was selling them. Like I think at one point you could buy them from like Target. I seen them in gas stations in the middle of nowhere. People took pictures of them. These were literally hanging. These shoes, exactly like this, were hanging up in grocery stores across America. Fake ones because they were so popular, but people were selling them for a lot cheaper.
Wow.
So if you guys want some Yeezys like this and you just want to try them out, I can get you guys them for the cheap. But that's the sneaker corner. That's what I want to show you guys. I want to do something different because usually I'm just showing
That
sneakers.
was very different.
Yeah, I wanted to do something a little different because I was like, I'm always showing just sneakers. And trust me, I have a lot more sneakers coming up. I have some really hype sneakers.
Where are
So-
the damn condoms? Is what I'm wondering.
Do you want to do it? Do you? Want
You got
to do
'em?
it? I have them.
Yeah, let's see 'em.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
All right. Let me get up real quick and show you guys the damn Gundams. Yeah, these. Yeah, I was trying to do like a epic Gundam entrance.
Yeah, like the Gundam flying.
Yeah, Gundam flying around in space. Yeah, so these are the Nike SB Gundams. This is based off the Banshee model. So you can see it has like the Gundam.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
That's unicorn.
That
Yep,
is
unicorn,
pretty
yep.
cool.
So here's pretty much it has like in the front has like the how the Gundam always
Oh
has
yeah,
the marking like
all the
certain
little
markings.
yeah.
Yep. So this is the Gundam. The cool thing about the Gundams is that this part right here can Velcro off, and you could put in like different color swooshes in there. And you see how the swooshes are kind of like supposed to be like kind of mechanical looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, abstract.
Yeah, like abstract and so forth. So yeah, these are the Nike SB Gundams, and
That's a pretty cool shoe.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
really cool.
yeah, this is a pretty dope shoe. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
about
that
it.
little logo is cool as hell.
Oh,
The
what's
by
that?
unicorn.
the heel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little
Yeah, it's based off the unicorn series. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
the unicorn is based off the unicorn series.
No,
What
there's a
shocker.
Gundam called
Gundam
Gundam.
unicorn.
You see this above my head right here?
Uh-huh.
That's Gundam
No.
Unicorn. That's
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
Gundam unicorns.
awesome.
Hmm. So the manly show has unicorns.
The Yowie show.
It is a manly show. It is a manly show.
Yeah,
It is a
and
yaoi.
then it comes with like the additional swooshes, as I was saying
Oh,
before.
cool.
And then also for Ed, they have stickers. So if you
Nice.
if you want to put stickers on your shoes or stickers anywhere else, you have the official Nike SB stickers. for
Are
your
those
shoe.
stickers for the shoe?
I think you can use these stickers for anything, honestly. I don't know necessarily.
People probably put them on like the laptop or something, right?
Yeah, you can put on your laptop and so forth. I mean, I'm not going to put this on anything. I'm just going to keep the stickers separate. But yes,
Yeah, it's a collector. You
Yeah, it's
can
a
just
collector.
keep them on the side.
yeah, exactly. So, like I said, this is the Nike SB Gundams that I have. Another pair of shoes that I got recently. There is a white version that is out as well, and I will be getting that soon.
So
Yeah,
it
so
looks like the one you have now. It's the black unicorn.
Yeah, Banshee.
Banshee. Yeah. Okay. Because there's two Gundam unicorns in the series.
Yep.
A white one and a black one.
I forgot what the white one was called, but yeah, the black one's Banshee. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the Gundam SBs. So
All right.
yeah,
Sweet.
Cool. Pretty cool.
yeah. I try to do something. Try to do something new. Try to do something a little different. But I'm glad I did the foam runners because, like I said, I wanted to do something completely different, something that you guys weren't expecting. And Green Tuner, you did say like you like the reveal of shoes, so I knew that was gonna elicit some type of reaction from you guys.
Nice.
So and it's funny. My wife has watched the podcast, like the YouTube videos. She's going through and watching all of them. She says Darkseid and Green Tuner look so unamused and so bored during sneaker talk. She's like, why do you keep doing sneaker talk? I was like, fuck those guys. I don't give a shit. I don't care if they're miserable. She's like, Darkseid looks absolutely miserable every sneaker talk. And she's like, the thing is, like, Green Tuner, at least he tries to like feign interest. She's like, but Darkseid, he just looks angrier and angrier about every detail about the shoe.
I've never been more aware of death and the passing of time than during the speaker corner every week.
Wow.
You know,
No, I can't.
yeah, fuck you. Because I went back and started watching the videos, and I started noticing your face literally just drops.
One day I hope somebody does a supercut because yes, they're like.
I'm already thinking about it.
There's some good facial expressions, I'm sure.
There's some good.
Yeah.
Or in, like with some sad music in the background, just like a slow zoom to you with some sad music in the background.
Like I just see the room just get darker. I see like everything's collapsing in his world.
Hello, darkness, my
It's
old
real
friend.
And then as soon as I stop talking, he just cheers up. He gets so happy again. And I'm just like, yeah, screw this guy. But yeah, that's sneaker talk.
All right,
Cool.
Yay.
More.
You know who doesn't wear sneakers?
Who?
Spider-Man?
False.
Maybe.
does.
I don't.
Miles Morales wears sneakers.
Oh, he does.
Why didn't you include him in Spider-Man? Is it
Because
black?
no, because
He doesn't like the
this-
urban Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This movie was talking about Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You're really
Orange juice this week or what?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't buy some yet.
He's
No,
drinking
okay.
piss.
His
It's in the
immunity is
mail.
already built up.
It's in
Yeah,
the mail.
Yeah, he's completely COVID resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Omicron, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 100 Chinese men could sneeze on that and nothing would happen.
Wow. Oh, God.
Wow, what a dated reference.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's not like we're going 3 years now talking about. Jeez. Wow.
I like how he used the PC Chinese man
Yeah.
rather than what it probably actually was.
Is what you want to say. Wow. Anywho,
Let's just say it might be a part of the armor. That's good.
There you go.
I already know how this is going
When
to
you
get
have
edited.
something in your armor.
I already know how this is going to get edited, so I have no worries whatsoever, because I know that whoever edits this episode will bleep out certain things for the sake of everybody.
Won't be
Jeez.
me.
Actually, I do it because I'm like, man, I think I pushed it too far.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, gotta bleep that.
Yep.
Eventually, you're going to hit the nuclear option on the episode, and we're going to lose an entire episode because
Yeah,
of the dumb
the whole episode.
shit that you say. God. Anywho,
Uh,
that was a horrible transition.
that was
From Ed and Green Tuner. Okay, so obviously this episode is about the new Spider-Man movie that just came out, No Way Home. Anybody who is listening, obviously you should have read the title, but obviously we're talking about heavy spoilers on this episode. So if you have not watched No Way Home, please stop listening until you do watch it, and this is your final warning. So if you're still here, we're assuming that you did watch it, and if you didn't, you're just a sadistic person. You just like pain.
some people don't care about spoilers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was not one of them. I was when you guys had text me. I don't know who started. I think it was Green Tuner.
Yeah.
That said that Wolverine. Granted, I knew that Wolverine. I mean, we had said theories right in the past
Yeah.
that Wolverine, that this is how they're gonna bridge X-Men
Yeah.
into the series. I was mortified when I saw you talking about Wolverine saves Spider-Man. I was like, there's no way fucking possible. And I sat here with my hands were sweating, my feet were sweating. I was in outrage.
We kept spamming Wolverine gifts.
Yeah.
I think at the perfect time, Ed said like something like, "Oh,
Don't scroll up.
Don't scroll up. I was like, first when Ed said don't, I didn't believe you guys at first until Ed said don't scroll up. I was like, Ed. I mean, I'm like, Ed is the voice of reason.
Yes,
Which
He's the honest one.
He's the honest one, and I'm like, there has to be no other course than Wolverine being in this movie. So I was out with another couple when me and my wife went to go see this movie, and I was so furious that I was going to spoil it, the Wolverine thing, to him just to fuck him up, just so that everybody's fucked up. And I was going through, like, I remember I was going through the theater, and I'm sitting in the line of popcorn, and I'm like, man, I heard that Wolverine's in the story. So like, I said it loud as hell too, just so that everybody else shared in my misery. And obviously, there's no Wolverine. Now looking in hindsight, and I knew I shouldn't trust you guys. You guys do the same thing I do to Ed all the time. I give Ed fake ass spoilers all the time, and then I know what it feels like. So I felt kind of stupid afterwards. My brother-in-law, he was like, That's who I was out with. I was like, hey, I had told him like all these spoilers that I thought was gonna happen. I didn't tell him. I said I had some theories, but the Wolverine one was. I don't think he realized that Wolverine wasn't in the episode. He probably thought it was in the people in the sky situation, but he was like, "Yo, so what happened?" He's like, "Did I miss it?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We'll talk about it later." And I just didn't want to like backtrack and say, "Hey, I was an idiot for believing the three of you guys," but. Yeah, it was a crazy movie, man. It was an unexpected movie. It was expected, but an unexpected movie at the same time.
It felt surreal later in the movie.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do it chronological or just all over the place?
Someone kick it off. Let's do it chronological.
Okay.
Let's do it chronological.
Chronologically, okay, then I'll wait. But yeah, there were some moments where I was like, "What the hell?" Like I wasn't expecting to see certain things. But yeah, what I thought the beginning was a little weak, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it started finally ramping up, and it sort of reminded me at times of Sam Raimi, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
What was like? I mean, I know we're going chronological here, but I'd like to bring it back to our shotgun approach of general. Did you guys did it meet expectations or not? I think there's a lot of hype. This was a very big hype.
I'm gonna say no, but a very light no. Yeah, it's the same problem that you're gonna have when you're trying to squeeze so much into what 2 hours was it?
2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's just hard to be able to meet lofty expectations, especially when you're trying to honestly cram that much into one single story. The only one that I've seen it done right when it comes to this type of thing is Spiderverse, Into the Spiderverse, the animated movie that did it so well that I think it sort of ruined this one for me when it comes to like having different universes coming together.
Yeah.
I think the Avengers movie do that pretty well too in terms of crossing diverging storylines and characters, like a lot of information packed together.
Yeah, that's true. They're able to relay much better. This one, it seemed like they were just trying to run as fast as they could through like the plot points, just bam, 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 bam. Like even like the death of Aunt May was so quick. It was just like, all right, let's get this over with because we need him to lose someone, and let's keep the train rolling so we can keep this movie going.
Yeah, that I think about it, I don't think there was ever a dull moment. I think it was always like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
No, there were some dull moments.
I'd say the beginning had a couple dull moments.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The beginning was the part where it was, I get it why they had to do it, but yeah, that was the dullest part. And then, towards the end, that's when I said that it was insane just sitting in the theater. And I'm like, I'm watching, the Spider-Man that I grew up with, or the one that I saw as a young man with Tom Holland. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm sitting there watching the greatest fan fiction of all time.
Yes,
that's what it felt
like. I'm saying. It was surreal. I'm like, I'm watching fucking Garfield, Tom Holland, and what's his name?
Tobey Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah.
Talking to each other and fighting the Green Goblin and Sandman, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, it was just insane.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think I read a really funny like short review on like Letterboxd, and I think all it said is that if a kid in Victorian times saw this, he would die. Like just the amount of insane shit on the screen that makes no sense is just like it was unfathomable.
Yeah, because not only were the Spider-Mans fighting the villains, there were also like kids opening portals so that Doctor Strange could come. It's like what?
Out of context, this movie is insane.
It's really insane. What about you, Ed? What you think?
I think it was enough what they put in there. I do think though that this movie was so hyped up that I was expecting just a little bit more. Venom, possibly more Spider-Mans. I'm happy
Venom would have been one villain too many, I think.
yeah,
Especially for
or
a character
something.
of that magnitude.
Yeah, I agree. Or something at the end with Venom. Something to like lead into a new, well, they kind of did lead
I was
into the
saying,
next
did
story.
you watch the
Yes,
after
I
credit
watched.
scenes?
I
Okay.
watched both of them, which I'm very happy about. Talk about that later, the Venom part. But I think the movie was overhyped, but it was just enough to like it, to enjoy it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie.
I was good.
I just don't think it was,
Well,
amazing.
it's well handled.
Well,
Yeah,
it is.
Definitely the high pick.
I assume. Well, this is what I was talking about earlier with Cowboy Bebop. Is that Spider-Man is facing the same level of hype that Cowboy Bebop had initially, where people were super excited for it. Like people had their doubts. The Cowboy Bebop people have more doubts than anything, but there is a thing where there's a level of hype that you just can't obtain. You can never reach. You can never achieve that level of hype. With Cowboy Bebop, the hype for it was not even for this live action, but because of the anime itself. People love that anime, and the hype for it would never be able to be actualized in live action whatsoever. That was never going to be a thing. With Spider-Man was hyped up to a point where it could never achieve. This is for people like us. Now, for the average viewer going in who doesn't care about theories and maybe keeping up with everything in the Marvel universe, kind of like how we do, for them, this is going to check off all the boxes. They're going to have the greatest fan fiction of all time. But for us, we were thinking about, okay, we were already game playing past this already, like how this movie can go into Universe of Madness, and then with WandaVision, all this other stuff. So for me, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, even though I was pissed off about the whole Wolverine thing, I was really hoping that this was,
bub.
yeah, like, hey, bub. And then it would just be a swift cameo, even if it wasn't like the Wolverine that we know, but a Wolverine of a guy like that, maybe just Hugh Jackman being in the movie, right, and just being like, "Hey, bub, watch out," and so forth.
I want a comic accurate Wolverine.
No, there's nobody that damn short.
4'5" man.
There's nobody that fucking short.
That weighs 400 pounds of pure muscle.
Buff, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking roided out of his mind.
And it has like the deepest, gruffest voice of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie for me though was fan fiction overload. It was we've already seen it with the Spiderverse, but there's just something special. I always loved Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Always loved Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Didn't love it. I mean, I hate the Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker to an extent, but I like the charisma of Spider-Man in that one. This was just a great movie overall. It didn't reach the hype that I wanted it to be, but it was really, really good.
You know what they did get right that Cowboy Bebop did not get right? Spider-Man Far From Home drew inspiration from Civil War when Peter Parker made a deal with Mephisto. I forgot exactly what the deal was. Wasn't it to like sacrifice MJ and Peter Parker's marriage to save Aunt May? So they drew from that inspiration and they said, hey, how about we, instead of Mephisto, which I was kind of hoping for Mephisto would happen, but hey, whatever. Let's talk to our now so friendly Doctor Strange to cast a spell to make everyone in the world forget about who that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So they kind of drew it from inspiration, and I think they did it right. Unlike Cowboy Bebop, where they just kind of mess up everything, I think they did it justice with this movie. Taking inspiration, not slide and slide, but just taking inspiration and kind of turn into your own thing, and it worked. A little bit messy at times, but it worked. You agree?
I agree. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's like
no one
yes.
said anything, so yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, you had time to say speak up. I was like, are you talking to me? Or I see you're talking. Yeah, it was like.
Oh yeah, every 3 seconds it was like.
like it's making for our audio listeners. It was like sitting here like making
Raising
faces.
his finger like he was in class or
Yeah,
something.
like
No, I'm just waiting. Like,
to that point, I think they did that very well with the bringing that storyline in and taking parts of it that works specifically for how this movie ended up being. I'm kind of happy that Mephisto did not show up in this one because this movie, I thought I wanted a lot more in this movie, but I'm actually happy as much as for like the main storyline that they put in as much as they did, because I feel like if you would have put more in within those 2 hours, it probably would have been very convoluted and very uh just convoluted overall. And I feel like certain, and same thing like you guys were saying earlier, like I feel like there should have been more grief from Aunt May dying, because we went from Aunt May dying to like Happy saying, "Oh, Peter, run, run, Peter," and then we go to MJ and Ned.
Well, that grief moment. So, what I really like about this movie is that it um, kind of fulfills the origin story of the Spider-Man. It kind of it took 3 films for him to become Spider-Man. So you kind of see that Uncle Ben moment with May, right? So, but in that moment in the other films and in the comic books, that there's no grief. Spider-Man is all rage. There, that moment of like reflection doesn't happen. He wants to get the guy who killed Uncle Ben. Now we're just seeing that to the end of this movie. There's no time to reflect and there's no time for grief. We get into a little bit of that in the end of the movie, but I like how this movie, once you like unwrap it and get to the end, it is pretty much the origin story of Spider-Man. They just took it and they kind of spread it out, and his lessons come at different times from different people, like from Tony Stark, from Doctor Strange, and then ultimately from versions of himself that will craft in the version of Spider-Man we see at the end of the movie. So I think that grief will come after, because it leaves Peter Parker in a very, very comfortably dark place for me. That I can't wait to see more of that version of him. So I think we'll have time for that grief and mopiness and adult stuff, but I think that was necessary. The rage was necessary for the story to be told.
Right.
You know what I liked about okay, wait, I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I kind of felt like the past movies with Tom Holland have been Spider-Boy. But now I'm feeling like from this movie towards the end that this is now Spider-Man, if that makes any sense. It's like in the first 2 movies, it was like just high school, kind of like colorful, whatever, cartoony, whatever. But this one now, he's experiencing someone who is very close to him die. He's experiencing the whole Uncle Ben experience, or in this case, Aunt May dying.
Well, he did kind of have that experience with Tony Stark. I mean, Tony Stark was the father figure that he never had. And
yeah, but it kind of seemed like the past 2 movies, he was always getting help from Tony Stark or from another superhero or whatever. Now it just seems like he's on his own. He has his own place. He doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. He has nobody actually.
Yeah, he's alone.
Yeah,
He's alone.
doesn't have
He's
his
an incel.
Well, that whole yes, he has an
but he doesn't have his Iron Man.
He just
suit.
starts going on Reddit now. That's his whole time job, complaining about women.
Like women
They should fuck me.
They forget about you. They just use you and leave you.
Yeah, you saved
But-
the world and they don't give you shit.
But he doesn't have his iron spider suit anymore. He made his own suit, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
what do you
Yeah.
guys think of that suit?
I liked it.
I thought it did it
I liked it.
justice.
I'm like, oh wow, with the blue colors, really pops.
Yeah,
just
it was
like in the
bright
comic
blue.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like it's a soft reboot, which I'm happy with, because the first 2 movies, I liked it, but it didn't have that same depth with the first Spider-Man, with the OG Spider-Man. Like the OG one, like people were dying and people And Spider-Man, like, he had to deal with the consequences of his actions or the consequences of someone else's actions. Like you saw,
Yeah, he was very tortured.
yeah, he was very
in
tortured,
the
but he was
Sam
Spider-Man.
Raimi series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
we're kind of like
It was
seeing
cool
that
too that
happen.
they brought the guy who brought so much torture into this universe, and he brought that level of pain towards the Tom Holland Spider-Man
Yeah.
with basically killing Aunt May, making him doubt himself, putting him through the ringer basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I like where this is going. I really
Yeah.
there's more I want to talk about. I'll talk about it later with the
Wait,
two
so
scenes.
we were talking and
Yeah.
you guys were saying that this might not be Tom Holland's last Spider-Man movie.
No, he signed on for more Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Oh, he
he's
did
signed
sign
on.
up.
Is it confirmed? Because
Okay.
I thought it wasn't confirmed.
Yeah, I thought this was his
I
last
think there
one.
was a confirmation from just right before
okay.
it came out. So
I saw it from IGN. So
yeah, it is. I think it's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
Oh.
Well, if that's going to be, he's going to sign up for more, I'm actually kind of excited about that because I feel like in all the Spider-Mans that we've never had a truly mature Spider-Man. Even in Sam Raimi's one, we did reach a completion or some resolution with Harry Osborn. We did see Venom, which was travesty, get destroyed.
That wasn't really Sam Raimi though. That was
I know that's not him.
Ari. What's that guy?
All right.
I forgot.
What were you talking about?
The
Spider-Man 3.
producer
For Spider-Man 3, yeah.
Ari something.
OG Spider-Man 3.
OG. Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
The Venom suit.
All
The
right. Well, there
one
was
that
one
we
producer. That's the one that basically sort of calls the shot.
Avi
Yes,
Arad.
Avi Arad. Sorry, Avi Arad. Yeah, and then from what I remember, Raimi didn't really want Venom.
Yeah, he didn't want
He
Venom.
didn't even want like Sandman, and then Avi was like, "Oh no, we have to put Venom and we have to put Sandman because kids will be bored." So I don't know why he caved in, but that contributed a lot to like this really villain. Yeah, obviously money. Yeah, to these like villains not being fleshed out as well as Doctor Octopus or Green Goblin, where
Well, I'm not.
he caved in a lot.
I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying that we got a decent resolution as far as the Sam Raimi one. Decent. For the Amazing Spider-Man, we really didn't get a resolution to that one that much. It kind of left on kind of a cliffhanger. It was just like, okay, Gwen died. He's grieving. He gets back into the game, but what is he really gonna do with that? With that grief.
They talked about it, and that was one of the most interesting things that they mentioned is that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is this brutal version of Spider-Man in that future because he
didn't
Yeah,
hold back.
It doesn't hold back. So if there was a third Spider-Man movie, it would just be like him beating the crap out of people.
Which would have been good though. That's why
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That would have been interesting. Yeah.
And that's why I think there's currently a petition right now to do a third Amazing Spider-Man because honestly,
I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't
That
mind
would be
it.
interesting.
I really liked him in this movie.
Yeah, because the one thing, like I said, I think unanimously we didn't like Peter Parker in the Amazing Spider-Man because he was too cool, too hip. When Peter Parker is supposed to be like really nerdy, socially awkward to an extent. Yeah. But now with Peter Parker and that one going from Peter Parker, the charisma guy, to now Peter Parker being alone because he doesn't have Aunt May. No, did Aunt May die in that one? No, I think she's alive.
No,
in that one.
Aunt May doesn't die.
Gwen dies.
Uncle Ben dies.
Uncle Ben dies, yeah. Harry Osborn is dead. Everybody's pretty much dead that he cares about except for Aunt May. So to see him really going through that grief process into a third Spider-Man where he learns, fights somebody, and he actually has to learn to fight that grief, I think that would have been a really cool story. Now with this one, I agree with Ed 100%. This is now going from, and we didn't realize what we were getting to an extent, but this is a true origin story spread out across 3 movies of Spider-Man becoming a man. Now this is going to his college years where for most of the for us, like, Spider-Man, this is where he originally started from, going into his college years. So I think this is this is gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what happens, and I hope that we get a much more mature Spider-Man. Now he's gonna fight more, I would say, more dangerous enemies. He's gonna be, coming across like Morbius, coming across.
I hope not.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Craven would be
Craven.
cool.
Yeah,
Craven
I
would be
prefer I for my part, I preferred the Spider-Man in high school. I think Peter Parker gets less interesting the older he gets.
Mm.
Really?
So, yeah, I think the Sam Raimi ones, the first one, I liked him in high school. But as he got older in that series, I preferred the Spider-Man stuff to the Peter Parker stuff.
What about cool Spider-Man, cool Peter Parker?
Are you talking about Spider-Man 3?
That
That was the hype.
That was the best one, yeah.
That was by far the best one. If you disagree with us, I'm sorry that you're wrong.
Sorry, Daddy-O.
Yeah, hey, give us some shade. Find us some shade.
some sand in your eye or something like that.
Yeah, pizza time. I mean, that's all I know. Pizza time. Now,
but I do hope that, I know you guys were joking, but I do hope he becomes an angry incel and just sits in his dark apartment.
Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, he
Stares
just
at a
starts
wall.
trolling Reddit.
That's Spider-Man 4.
Yeah,
And
says-
kids are
he's
like,
like,
what is this?
wait,
Spider-Man's
why
making
is
me cry.
Why is Spider-Man wearing a fedora and tipping it at all the women?
That would be the best Spider-Man by far.
Milady.
Yeah, it's like a Spider-Man with a beard. Oh, that'd be awesome. It's
He
just,
just cuts out the mouth portion to have the beard.
yeah, it's just on the neck part. He has no beard over
Just
here.
the neck beard.
Yeah, just on the neck. Yeah, I mean, overall, how did you guys take it? I mean, they had been teasing, Andrew Garfield had been denying that he was part of Spider-Man this entire time, which, I applaud him because he's so much better than Tom Holland than keeping secrets. Yeah, Tobey Maguire had already been spoiled because he had been seen on set, so that kind of blew it. I mean,
He kept his mouth shut though.
He kept his mouth shut. I mean, we all knew that Andrew Garfield was going to be in there. I mean, it's just, you can't have the bad guys on there without Andrew Garfield. And then you have trailers that show like Lizard getting kicked in the face
By some invisible force.
By some invisible force. It's like, come on, like, what's about to happen. How was that moment for you guys when you first saw Andrew Garfield be shown on screen when Ned was looking for Peter Parker, and then boom, here comes Andrew Garfield?
I think Andrew Garfield, the actor, he's good. I did not like him as Spider-Man in what was the first two movies he did? Those did two movies. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Didn't like him as Spider-Man, but when I saw him on screen, I thought it was needed. I thought it was a good idea they did that. And for a lot of fans, you said it earlier, they like him now again. They want to see a Spider-Man 3 movie. I thought he did. You know what? I think every actor that we've seen in the past has been better in this movie than they have been in the previous movies. Doc Ock has been better in this movie, acting-wise. Andrew Garfield, great acting in this movie. William Dafoe, he killed it. I think William Dafoe had the best.
He always kills it.
Yeah, but in this movie,
he's an amazing
it.
actor. Yeah.
He is, but he really killed it. Like, I was getting some Joker vibes at some points too. Like, he was believable. Like, and I'm not saying as a Joker, but I'm saying it as the actor. Like, wow, this guy is really psychotic. What? Why is he?
Nothing. Yeah, that's fine.
No, but even Jamie Foxx, I think he did a lot better job in this movie. I think he did. I think he did.
Look, I like Jamie Foxx, but
I like Jamie Foxx.
He wasn't really that good.
Black guy is what he played.
Yeah, he played the regular black guy. Like,
yeah, he did. He honestly didn't bring that much to the role. I was like, I was expecting at least the new outfit was cool for Electro.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? I noticed something. Did Electro know who Spider-Man was?
No.
I think that's a loophole because the spell was everyone who knows who Spider-Man is. I don't think Electro knew who Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was. I don't think so. I can't recall. I haven't seen the movie recently, but I can't recall that he knows Spider-Man.
Actually, he did know. No, he did know, because I think at one point he did take off his mask. Then he take off his mask to talk to him, and was like, "Hey, you know, he may not have known who he was in the sense of Peter Parker, but I think he did. I think he did show his face to him one time. But the thing is that Jamie Foxx's change from Electro to be just a black guy, I felt like it was all right. It was all right. I'll just say that it was all right. It wasn't.
He
nothing.
just didn't fit in the rogues gallery that was presented. Like
Yeah,
everyone else had like a
over the top
like a villain role.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone personified whatever villain that we're doing, and then Jamie Foxx was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
So it's like
just a black guy.
Yeah.
a black guy
exactly
in jail.
Yeah, I'm just a black.
So-
Yeah, I'm just a black guy that can shoot lightning out my hands.
If he had hammed it up a little more and just been a little more like
Yeah,
a
been-
comic
yeah,
book villain
he's
character,
a scientist.
Yeah.
then it would have actually translated better.
Yeah, like the whole William
Oh,
Dafoe.
he is a scientist.
Yeah, like the whole William Dafoe
But you
thing.
see, Max Dillon, the comic book character, is a thug. He's a
Yeah.
criminal who gets these powers.
Mhm.
He's not a scientist. So I don't know if he tried to lean into the comic book origin of the character,
I think they did.
made him a little more thuggish in his.
Yeah.
I don't mind the thuggish, but it has to fit within the
universe or
rogues
whatever.
gallery that they have.
Yeah, the Rogues
displayed.
Gallery, they're very intelligent villains he has. So
Yeah.
like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 version of him, goofy as he was, and as much as we didn't like him, he had personality though.
Yeah.
He had a unique personality that is lost in this movie, and he's just like I said, electric bad guy here.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
basically just you said it. It's just literally it could be anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sandman was.
Yeah, there was nothing unique about him.
Yeah, Sandman.
Sandman was a thug, but at least he was
there was something
hammy
to
comic
Sandman.
book to him.
Hammy
Exactly.
comic book, but his character had like a specific motivation. At one point, he was on Spider-Man's side, and another
Yeah.
point, like he was not like a villain. He was like he's in it for himself. There was depth to his character, and they kept that depth in the movie.
But I wasn't seeing what's his name, Hayden Church or whatever. Like when he was Sandman, I wasn't seeing Hayden Church. I was seeing Sandman. When I was seeing Jamie Foxx as Electro, I wasn't seeing Electro. I was seeing Jamie Foxx, which is what I'm saying. That was my problem with him, because he's a good actor. He can really do well. It's just for some reason in this scene, maybe he, like you said, maybe he was trying to like give it his own take, but it just didn't click with the rest of the villains.
Or he decided to just play himself and give me the money and go type thing.
Or could be.
Because to be honest, I didn't like him in the Amazing Spider-Man. I liked him in this Spider-Man. Overall, yeah, that's his.
No.
Maybe because I felt the confidence from his acting in this one. He wasn't goofy and just like kind of strange. I just liked his confidence in this one. And the lizard,
Big energy.
Wow. But the lizard, I felt like it was the least, I don't know, favorite of the villains. Like I feel like he didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I didn't like him in the movie either.
But that comes with the territory of having
movies, and he's a crappy villain.
Yeah.
no.
Well, I don't
but
think he's
also, if they had spent more time on him, then the movie would have been even more bloated. When you have that many characters and that many villains, you can't have equal amount of time for everyone.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do.
I disagree with that. You can have equal character. It just has to be masterfully done. I feel like the Russo brothers did a decent job of that in Endgame. They had it relatively spread out.
Relatively, but they
It's
also handpicked which ones they chose to do it.
Right.
I know
right.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, you can give everyone enough time while also focusing on your main players,
Right.
but nobody feels neglected. And I think that
Yeah.
Lizard in this, like Sandman, I think had a good presence, and Doc Ock had a good presence. Of course, Green Goblin has a good presence. Electro, I don't think had a good presence, but it
They
was
tried
better.
giving him.
It's better than Lizard.
He's
Yeah.
better than Lizard. That's not saying
better than
much.
Lizard. Yes.
Yeah, that's not saying much, but it is. That's what it is there.
Yeah, I feel like with Electro, they should have played more into. You have three scientists, right? who are genius level scientists, where they should have leaned in more into, Green Goblin really. I mean, he really psychologically get into the mind of Electro. I feel like he just said, hey, they're trying to take us over. Why do we need to give up this opportunity? And Electro's like, okay, and then takes the thing off, and then it's back to normal being a bad guy. I mean, they focus on certain characters, and it just sucks that all the two characters they didn't focus on were both amazing Spider-Man villains, which I feel like this could have been a really good redemption arc for them to really beef up those characters a little bit. But
they're both definitely on the weaker end. Here's what I wanted out of this movie. The one thing I didn't get is in that final fight sequence, or at some point in this movie, I really wanted Michael Keaton's Vulture to show up, because that would have added cherry on the sundae.
I thought that was what happened.
Full on Sinister Six and the classic Sinister Six. That's why I thought Sandman was there.
Yeah.
That original Sinister Six.
Wait, it would still been one short, right? It would have been only 5.
Wouldn't that be all of them?
Yeah, if Vulture was there, it'd be
Scorpion.
Yeah,
forgot about Scorpion.
We missed the Scorpion, but no, I really thought that Vulture was going to show up too.
Vulture, like you didn't have a Tom Holland villain, right? It was the villains.
Tom Holland, yeah, they didn't have a Tom Holland villain.
No, because they were focusing on alternate reality.
So
yeah, but they were alternate reality villains was the main point of the movie.
How great would it have been to see Vulture in the middle of it?
Would have been great. Yeah.
They should went to the island
to see Tobey Maguire fight the Vulture. Yeah. That would have been.
That's what they think. They should have see, the thing is what kind of got me, and I think they could have done more, was with Green Goblin, because Green Goblin disappeared, right, for X amount of time. Green Goblin should have went to the prison and then broke into the prison, created real chaos. Kind of like, I hate to say it, like with Joker, right?
Joker.
But not even Joker, I'm sorry, Bane. Breaking out the prisoners out of Gotham prison. And letting I remember watching that in a movie. I'm like, I really wish movie theater. I was like, fuck, I wish there were subtitles. I can't understand the fuck he's saying. Yeah, I did not understand what he was saying.
The darkness is around.
Literally until maybe a year ago, I kept watching the movie and just not understanding what he was saying. And I forgot what scene there was, but it was some scene where I forgot what it was, but I remember watching it. Huh?
In the football field?
Something. It might have been a football field, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I'm turning on closed caption. I was like, "Holy fuck!" That's what he says. I'm like, "Okay." It was like it's consequential to the movie, but I was just like, I just thought he to you. I'm just like,
I've got some parts were a little hard to decipher.
So, it's just crazy stuff. But
I think there are. I think Christopher Nolan does that a lot in Tenet too, where there's a lot of sound issues with people talking through masks.
Yeah, or not even that.
Yeah,
he likes that realism.
A lot of that too.
Yeah, but he also gets people with sometimes heavy accents.
Yeah, what's his name? Venom. Why can't I think of the actor's name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy. Also in Dunkirk, when he's in the plane and he's got the mask on, same thing. He's speaking through the mask, and Christopher Nolan will not. He made him act through the mask because he likes the sound the actor's voice makes through the mask. And he's
Christopher Nolan,
and he does it with Tenet again. He won't redo the audio afterwards. He likes it when it's shot in the scene, and it does add something unique to if you feel like you're there standing next to the camera.
Yeah, realism.
Don't question his genius.
That clean audio.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't question his geniusness.
Yeah, that's great. I really am paying just to hear. You're like, oh, and then you gotta pretend oh, that's real deep. Wow. Yeah, it's this movie overall, Spider-Man. I just thought it was, it didn't. For me, I would give Spider-Man, if I had to give Spider-Man a rating overall.
Are we over?
I'm not
there?
done now.
Oh.
I'm not done now.
You guys can talk about whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Alright.
I'm just saying.
I thought we'd do it at the end.
Fine.
To give
Well,
our,
I'll wait to
number
I'll
rating.
wait till
Everyone shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay. So, Spider-Man overall, I would say, like for myself, it was a movie that was fan fiction to the max, but it was a movie that I wish this is a movie that you should gave it the same treatment as Endgame. Like,
Yeah.
give it the 3 hours or so that it needed to really flesh out some things. If you want to bring in more characters or you want to flesh out certain bad guys, because like I said, the idea of Green Goblin going into a prison and breaking out prisoners, and then boom, there you have Vulture. And Vulture, he's like, "What up, Doc?" You know, because he says that in Morbius through all the trailers. You know, if you actually got him out and then he's attacking Spider-Man, that would have been your Sinister Six minus Scorpion. Even though we got an allusion to Scorpion, that would have been pretty cool because you didn't have a Tom Holland villain whatsoever. So having that world, I want to be honest, I want to see some combinations between the Spider-Man. I want to actually see like one Spider-Man hits another one hits it from the back, another one hits it, like an actual combination like you were watching in Marvel versus Capcom, right? And it's just, granted it's that one Spider-Man.
Oh, the tagging?
Yeah, the tagging. Like you just got Spider-Man coming everywhere. That would have been badass.
Well, maybe if they get a villain to the level of Venom, they can all team up.
We're not gonna get that anymore. We're tapped
The
out.
symbiote state.
Symbiote state.
That's what I want to talk about
That
too.
is a loophole like a motherfucker.
I want to talk about that.
How the fuck do you have Venom? His whole body gets teleported, but one little symbiote stays. Like that's stupid. Come on, that's just to me. Honestly, that's just lazy writing to me.
I think it's
very lazy.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid, but I'm looking forward to this new Venom.
The
I am looking
Venom
for it.
that stayed behind.
Yeah, I think it's a stupid idea how they did it, but I'm looking forward to
And
this
here's
new
the thing,
Venom.
it's such a stupid idea now. Like it's almost unbelievable how stupid it is.
Yeah.
It's just like it's out there. It's like what I mean. They put Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. I swear, Tom Holland and Tom Hardy in my mind are just going nuts here.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, his stinger at the end of the Venom movie, where they bring him to the MCU, and the stinger at the end of this movie, where they're like, "Oh, we fucked up. Let's just zap him out of there." But we have to address it. Like somebody's in a room in a boardroom. Is, how do we address the Tom Hardy thing? I'm like, I guess we'll throw it in a stinger or something. Like it's so stupid that they had to address it. And then they addressed it and they leave this other stupid, dumb symbiote behind that makes no sense at all. And now they're going to have to force that in somewhere, and it's going to be excruciating when they do it.
I don't know about excruciating.
I swear to God, if I have to see another goddamn Venom, like
I want to see another
new
Venom.
I will lose my mind.
I want to see another Venom.
Unless they do Venom correctly in this one. If they do Venom where it's Eddie Brock in this timeline, where he's actually like
give it 10 years. Give it 10 years.
But let's say a Venom that's actually
next actor. Let's do Venom again later.
No,
but they screwed this up big time.
Let's get rid of the Ray Venom, right? Let's get rid of Ray Venom. Let's get rid of Venom, making stupid
buddy
jokes.
cop Venom.
Yeah, buddy cop, like good cop, bad cop, buddy drama. Like, what if we get actual brutal Venom where he's actually like more anti than hero? I think it could possibly work out. I'm not gonna lie and say that I am overly excited. I was just like, what the fuck? I remember watching that post credit scene or mid credit scene. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is so stupid. And I'm like looking at the people I'm with. I'm like, did anybody else think this is fucking dumb? Like, that was just like, to me, I just think that was lazy writing. I don't care if Tom Hardy was in the movie or not. It just doesn't make sense. Like, everybody gets zapped away, but somehow this one piece of the symbiote doesn't, when the spell is supposed to be so powerful.
The only possibility I can think of is that the Tom Holland universe has a Tom Hardy version of Eddie Brock also there, and this symbiote will try to find
him.
Yeah, we'll try to find that Eddie Brock, and then you have the grim, dark Spider-Man we see at the end of this movie, which opens the door to that Venom. But to get there, oh my God, if they want to do it right, you'd have to go through the symbiote, that black suit story.
They're gonna do that.
I don't know if I have
They're
the
gonna.
The energy.
No,
I
Or just
wanna-
have him show up, no explanation.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't have a dark. This is not even the right attitude to have a real dark suit Spider-Man. Like he's really not depressed anymore. He's all hopeful. Like
you gotta build him back up and then drop him down again. And that's the Peter Parker tradition. So that's not out of the ordinary. But I just, as a Spider-Man fan, don't think I can take it anymore.
I mean, we've seen this already
so many times.
Yeah.
but
I
think we're going to see it properly done. I think it's going to go down a path of where
they say that every time.
Peter Parker is right now. He's basically he is Spider-Man now. He's in his own place. He has no friends. Aunt May died. He's in a mindset where a dark place. And somehow down the road, he's going to find a symbiote, or the symbiote finds him, and he turns to the black suit. You see the spider on his chest with the black suit, and then we all know how that ends.
Yeah, but then we know how that ends.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 3. I mean, it's the same.
but it's going to be Spider-Man 3 done right.
no.
No. Or
go down that
or
road.
they could just disregard the whole scene altogether. It's
could.
been done before.
Not in the MCU.
They could just brush it off and just complete.
They can't do all of that. They can't make a whole Venom movie. Then towards the end, have him transported.
If I were them, I'd stay the hell away from Venom for a long time. And
Venom should be the Venom should be either movie 5 or 6, 100%.
Sure, if it's Venom is 5,
this will be 5.
Introduce Eddie Brock in 4, then
Right. But the thing is,
earn 6.
So Tom Holland. So let's finish with the rest of the Spider-Man stuff
Mm.
because I want to talk about something that Tom Holland said that I thought was very interesting with Spider-Gwen becoming. He wants Spider-Gwen to become a thing.
I think everyone does.
But we could talk about that after we finish rest of the Spider-Man talk.
Okay.
The main Spider-Man talk. Are we good? Or you guys want to?
Mhm.
You guys want to give?
What do you
I
guys
think
think?
I'm
What do
good.
you guys think of what's his name? Fucking God damn it! What's gone?
Tom Hardy,
No,
Andrew Garfield.
no.
Tom
You got
Holland,
COVID brain.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
Damn, you
Okay.
guys suck.
OG Spider-Man.
I mean,
Yeah.
geez, you have like the memory of like a cat lady. Tom Holland. Yeah, what's your name?
Alzheimer's, and you guys should be able to read my mind.
Yes.
Mm.
So what about Tobey Maguire?
Throwing
No,
cats.
Tobey Maguire. I couldn't tell if his acting was stiff or that's his awkward charm that came across. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Andrew
Yeah, I think
Garfield-
it was his awkward charm.
Yeah.
It's awkward charm. I think you just haven't been exposed to it for a while because Andrew Garfield came out and was charming,
Yeah.
and goofy, and he fit like his character mold perfectly. And you get Tobey Maguire came out, and it was like, oh, the actor Tobey Maguire just stepped out of
Yeah.
a.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
But
Oh,
if you remember the old movies,
what am I doing
he
here?
was in the old movies. He was awkward as hell.
Yeah,
As,
Awkward as hell. It took a
yeah.
while.
But I think,
As Peter Parker, he was always awkward,
I
Yeah,
think this
which
was
worked.
I think this was a good though. I actually liked his awkward way because he felt more like a father, more like
Yeah.
hey, I'm much older because it seems like some time has passed. It seems like
It's the older Peter Parker.
Yeah, it seems like a few decades have passed. So, he's been Spider-Man for at least, 10, 20 years after when we last saw him. So, a lot wiser, a lot more understanding. He's been through a lot of shit, where his father-like figure died, his uncle died, his best friend died. He had to work through that with Mary Jane. And then any other people that he's came across in the time that we haven't seen him. So I like the fact that he was not this whole like, yeah, pizza time, and
Yeah, thank
Spider-Man. He wasn't, the Spider-Man that we left off at. This is Spider-Man that's gone through shit, who is really it seemed like he was worn down. Not even worn down in the bad way, like he's worn down like I'm sick of the Spider-Man shit, but more like, I've gone through some things and, hey, I want to, because he really can't share his world other than with MJ. So, it's kind of one of those things. Now he's been worn down. He's awkward. He hasn't been with anybody who can truly understand him like the rest of the Peter Parkers. So I felt like that he just felt like more of a father figure. So that awkwardness of how he was, it's just Tobey Maguire still being Tobey Maguire. I mean, not Tobey Maguire being Peter Parker, but just an older version of it. That's how I felt.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
Yeah, but I think that it took a while for that transformation, that awkwardness to settle. I don't know how else to describe it.
I saw the moment he walked through that portal.
No, when he stepped to that portal, it was like Tobey Maguire, the actor, stepped through the portal.
He was Tobey Maguire, the youth pastor.
Yeah, sure, but I'm just
that was a funny line.
That was hilarious.
talking about the acting here. I'm talking about his acting, and then as the movie settled, like I said, we got to the rapport between the three of them and him. Them laying back and casually waiting before the fight and just shooting the shit. That's where their personalities kind of sprang up and how different they are.
Mm-hmm.
How similar they are, and that's where the Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker settled in and clashed with the Andrew Garfield, and that was probably the best part of the movies. The three of them.
That was the best part.
Talking about what we were always, in the fan fiction of our minds, talking about the organic web shooters and about how the Amazing Spider-Man self-deprecation and how that verbalized into the film.
Amazing.
That was pretty cool. Where he's like, "Who are the Avengers?"
Yeah,
Because in their universe, the Avengers don't exist.
Oh, the Avengers! That's awesome. Who are the Avengers or something like that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was just a contrast a lot with the style of acting that Garfield and Tom Holland had. So we weren't used to seeing that kind of
or Maguire
Spider-Man in a long while. But if you go back to the old ones, he was awkward as hell.
But this
and
was
all the scenes as Peter Parker.
This was another major first for, and another moment we'll never get again in our lives is as we're slowly crossing off these nerd moments where, you get a superhero movie you want, you get Nick Fury at the end of the stinger, you get the Avengers coming together, you get concepts of a multiverse, and now you get like this, I don't know, ultimate like
it's quintessential
crossover of like so I mean, talking about how much more fan service like dream you can create, where else do you think they can go? I mean, beyond this.
Hold on, I was gonna say in
Miles
regards
Morales?
to like just weird crossovers, we got Daredevil from the Netflix show.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So what the
that was good.
He's a
they're
good
bringing,
lawyer.
like Darkseid said, they're just grabbing from all these studios and just bringing them over into the movies. Like, god dang,
Yeah.
that was insane. Yeah,
But
There was a quick Miles Morales
reference. Yeah,
Nod or
with
whatever.
yeah.
But you were saying before that what else can they do? I mean, there's still a lot of characters that haven't been touched. We haven't had X-Men.
No, I'm not talking about characters. I think you're absolutely right. They can go to character. I'm talking about concept,
Moments. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you still
like-
have
franchise, like not franchise. I don't know how else to describe it. Like
Nerd breaking moments or in game like moments.
Yeah, what the comic books have done, where they've done like cross universe and alternate versions beating
Like
each other and all this
the
crazy.
next thing I could think of is Marvel DC crossing over. That's the only thing.
That would be
That's the only thing
amazing.
beyond this. If you,
As much as I want to see that, I can't see that for a long time.
I can't see that.
You never
ever
know.
happening.
I don't want to see it, but I'm just saying because whenever they've done it in the comic books, it's been
Yeah.
horrible.
It's
But-
been horrible.
Yeah.
I want to see it just because I want to see it. I want to see it on the
I
screen.
never want to see
I
it.
want to
Yeah.
see it. It's gonna be a
I'll
long
see
time.
it.
I want to see
I'll
it.
see it, and I know it's gonna be crap, but I want to see it.
They'll probably
wanna
like some
see
kind of super tournament where
Batman fight Captain America.
Yep,
Because
sure.
that would give me
Or
the hardest
fight-
boner in the world. Yeah, it'd be insane.
No, I mean, if you want to see it, you could see it. They did it 3 times, Marvel and
but we're talking the big screen, like
No, the big screen comic books. Yeah, I've read them. They're not that
Yeah.
good.
facts. Every single time they do it, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, what you get what I'm saying in terms of escalation,
yeah, like
like
those type
screen.
of things.
things that you can put on the screen. They literally took 3 different Spider-Mans from 3 different moments of 3 different franchises and put them together. What more can they possibly? What's the next step? Like I think the next step is either Marvel and DC or freaking Star Wars and Marvel crossing over. Something
Mm.
no,
weird and crazy.
No, I don't think they're that far from having
No
something.
kidding. I'm just saying, like, I mean,
It could look. When in your
path
life
they're going.
before this would you have ever thought that you would see these three actors of different franchises
Yeah,
coming together in a single movie?
I would have never.
I
thought
would have
this would happen.
never thought this. That's why I said it was surreal watching it in theaters. 'Cause I'm like, God damn, I never thought I was actually going to see this. It
Mhm.
wasn't expected.
I think honestly, I think that we could see epic level stuff in the future, but only in cameos and only in.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a full blown series based off of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some shit with like Marvel and Capcom, right? Marvel.
Ooh.
I was just going to say Predators,
Predator.
like Predator or Aliens and
Aliens.
Batman and things like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Come
same
on,
thing too.
the comics weren't that bad.
The Batman.
Because I know Darkseid is shaking his
In my
head.
mind, the further you go here, the more unappealing it is to me. Like,
Right.
the more like disgusted I am. I think I might be standing on the edge, going like, I think this is as far as I go, guys.
Come on, you wouldn't want to see a Predator versus Spider-Man?
No, it gets
Come
more and
on.
more disgusting as I go. Now, Predator versus Batman was
That's what
amazing.
I said.
Yeah.
Predator versus Batman. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
would-
would
I
want
wanna
to see
see
that.
Alien, Batman.
Batman versus Alien was real cool. That would be cool.
Batman and Aliens was cool.
Mhm.
Batman and Aliens was interesting. Yeah.
Archie and
that's the one I-
Spider-Man.
Archie
Oh
and
my
Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah.
Archie versus Predator, I believe.
Archie
Also,
was for.
Oh,
I
there
still
was-
want to read that one. Yeah.
I can't see anything that big happening for a long time. I think that the next big thing in Spider-Man is going to be Venom. It has to be.
yeah, but that's not the next big thing. That's a retread of something we've.
That's just a retread.
But it's
He's
gonna be
talking about like
better.
something like this that we just saw.
But the thing
Which-
is, can we get to
yeah.
like things like Craven? We have Morbius. I mean,
Oh, you mean the Rogues Gallery?
yeah,
Yeah, you got a lot to pick from.
you have a
Yeah.
lot to pick
Yeah,
from.
but I
So.
think you've hit the best. I don't.
Oh, Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blade has teamed up with Spider-Man before.
Has it?
Honestly, if we're going into Spider-Man 4, the one place I want them to go to that they haven't gone to is, since they already introduced him, I want a street level Spider-Man movie, and you got Daredevil, put him
Mm.
together in Hell's Kitchen, fight the Kingpin. That's what I want.
Mhm.
That could
Yeah.
happen.
Got
Yeah.
D'Onofrio
You
as
can even throw Punisher in there. Remember when Punisher was trying to kill Spider-Man?
sure.
That can,
Don't
yeah.
get crazy. Just a simple Spider-Man story. And I think if they do another one, I want the MJ and the like his life is there, but I want it to be distant and unattainable. I want him to be in the moment. So I think that a street level story would be fun with him. It'd be good. Like, Daredevil is a character he pals around with. So I think that
Mm.
You
Good.
know what I could see happening? Black Cat.
Black Cat,
Yeah.
we could
very
do that.
good possibility.
Mm.
But
Especially now.
I think honestly we're getting to a point. Can we be honest? I think we're getting to a point where we're super spoiled at the moment, right?
Yes.
Like we have
Way
like,
beyond spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, just like what Darkseid was saying, we are getting to a point where we have gotten as far as this is the penultimate Spider-Man movie so far, and I think it will ever be, because there will never be another time where we'll see all three Spider-Men from the last three the only three really franchises
Mhm.
come together in such a way where all three actors are actively playing their characters and so forth. It was this is the creme de la creme of superhero movies. And while I was watching this, I did feel like you hear like a lot of movie producers or like a lot of directors say superhero movies aren't real movies, right? I felt like this wasn't a real movie. This is a fan fiction work of art, but this is not a movie that I would say deserves to win any Oscars or anything like that. It was great, but it's not going to win any Oscars and so forth. A really great movie.
You do, though. Few superhero movies are in that category.
Right, but that's the
Yeah.
thing, because I feel like superhero movies, I could kind of understand what these directors saying, like superhero movies aren't real movies. Like you go into these things, it's kind of formulaic how it happens. Even stepping back from this movie, it's still very formulaic. Is nothing that was really done outside of the oh crap, here's Spider-Man moment that was done, that hasn't been done in any other comic book movie. You have something happens in the beginning. Oh shit happens. Oh, you need to take care of this. Someone dies, and this is I'm not gonna lie. I kind of laughed a little bit about this when Aunt May died because she did the typical movie. I'm gonna talk to you like everything's okay, and then I'm gonna fall down and then be like, what's happening, Aunt May? And like, oh, you have a wound that I didn't know about that's actually serious, and you die randomly. You die quickly.
You didn't think that scene was good? I thought that scene was
I
good.
thought that was okay. I actually
No.
thought she wasn't going to die at first.
It is, yeah. I didn't think she was gonna die at first, but the thing is, that scene you can take that from a dozen other movies where somebody like how many movies have you seen where somebody sees that they got hurt, right? So they put a towel over themselves, they take their bag or they hide it until later in the movie you find out they've been mortally wounded, they're about to die.
But I don't even think she knew that. I think
Yeah,
um
I don't think she.
He's talking about the cliche.
It's a cliche.
The death cliche.
Yeah, it's
I
super
can't
cliche.
think of
but
any
That's
cliche.
cliche that settled into a moment that you didn't realize was happening until it happened, and
Yeah.
it was the Uncle Ben death. And once you're like realized, once you see the pieces falling in place, and you were like, oh wow, this is the moment I'm in. Yeah, that realization was cool for me.
It was cool. I'm not saying it was not cool, but when looking back at it, I'm like, damn, like
I mean, there's a lot of cheese.
it's
So
cheesy. Yeah, this is something
Yeah.
I'm saying like don't
Well, yeah, this movie is just a
fan
fun
fiction.
movie.
It's a fun
It's
movie.
not.
movie.
Yeah, it relies on a lot of cliche scenes and a lot of.
I don't know which director said this, and I think it was in response to something where Christopher Nolan movies were coming out and how superhero movies could be perceived as like art and serious. Somebody said that superhero movies, and I don't know who said it, but somebody said that superhero movies should be perceived as a roller coaster ride.
Scorsese.
I think it was Scorsese.
No,
think
yeah,
so.
he said they're amusement parks.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the words.
Yes. And I think that's right. That you go to them because they're amusement parks. I'm not expecting a night at the opera. I'm expecting an amusement ride, and that's what you end up with.
But I mean,
With some of them,
I mean, look at Watchmen.
because then you have the Dark Knight, which
Yeah,
is not a
that's
roller
the best
coaster ride.
example.
Yeah.
Exception
Watchmen.
to the rule. I mean, and it only when it organically fits. You can't force it in there.
Right.
No. The
Organic-
majority of the movies are going to be roller coaster rides. You're right, but not all of them are roller coaster rides.
Right.
And I would say the Dark Knight is a roller coaster ride. I would say the Watchmen is a roller coaster ride.
False.
It is, but
No.
They're
when
extraordinary.
you
I don't think
compare
so.
okay, let's say you compare Dark Knight to this one, No Way Home. There's a clear difference on how the story is like
The
told.
tone is completely
I know,
different.
but at the end of the
And
day,
everything.
you're still watching a fantastical thing. You're still watching
I mean,
you're still watching a man dressed up as Batman.
yeah, but that's more
Mhm.
The
realistic.
quality
Also,
of the film is better. The quality
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
of
about.
writing is better, but it's still a thrill ride.
but you're not seeing some guy.
It
dressed
is,
up as,
but the
as
same
a-
thing could be said about like Pan's Labyrinth or any other movie, The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Even
absolutely.
gangster movies. Most gangster movies are just depictions of what you want it to be.
I think
Nothing is really accurate to how things unfold in real life.
I think Tarantino rides that like a middle line between the two where he
Yeah,
can
Tarantino,
back
very
and forth.
fantastical movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, even the Dark Knight, I think it falls in a category, and the idea that it's not in that category is, I think is ridiculous. It's a high caliber superhero movie,
Mhm.
but it is at the end of the day a superhero movie.
But I think Dark Knight is more grounded in reality. Like there is no portals opening up
No.
and stuff like that. I think it's more grounded because I mean you're just having
Well, the whole
ordinary
reality,
man
that's what
with
I'm
a lot
saying.
of
The whole
money.
reality thing, I don't place a point because, all right, Tenet, we were just talking about it.
Mm.
Tenet is a fantasy movie
Mhm.
in the same way as Batman's a fantasy movie.
I'll say it's like this. It's more like when you watch Tenet, afterwards you were still talking about it and thinking about it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, after you watched it, outside of us, right? Most people watched it and was like, "That's a cool movie," and they moved on. Tenet made me still think about the movie. There's a lot of great movies out there that made me be like, "Damn, that was really good. Let me think about this a little bit more." And I think that's kind of the differentiation between the two. Like once the amusement park is over, you're like, oh man, I had a great experience, but you're gonna move on move on with your life. But I feel like there's a lot of movies that like Watchmen. Watchmen, I would put it outside of the roller coaster. I would say that is an experience more or less than anything else because
Yeah, I mean, I think
there's exceptions.
some ones there's exceptions, and some do it better than others, and some are more aware of what they are than others, and are able to harness the story a little bit stronger. So it lingers, and they ask different questions, or they challenge the ideas of what superhero movies are, or they get extremely uncomfortably grounded, like The Dark Knight, where it blurs the lines between fantastic reality and something that could possibly happen. But at the end of the day, I think it's just degrees of that.
But now that you say this, I can recall like Dark Side when we saw the movie with the other guys. Well, we were talking about Spider-Man outside for not that long. We started talking about other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like other movies and anime and stuff like that. We weren't talking about Spider-Man for that long. I mean, we all loved it. We just were talking about it for that long because it was a roller coaster ride.
Well, I think also because I mean, this is the also a thing with when you find the keys to success, you're going to continue to move and use that same formula. MCU universe right now has a formula that works for them, and it can constantly brings us in. Sometimes they just bring us in just because we're curious, because we're already invested. I think we've talked about this. We've been invested for 10 years now into all these movies, so we are going to continue to watch them and so forth. It has a formula that works for them, and you can see that formula work through a lot of, that's excluding TV shows, works very well with the movie. So it was Spider-Man. It was a great movie. It was a lot of cheese into it. I For what it was a great movie. It just could have been more. I feel like if they had more time, or they had maybe went with a little bit of direction where they gave some of these bad guys more of a redemption arc, like what we did with Andrew Garfield, the simple stuff like that, where he saved MJ, right? And that was like callback into Gwen, and he started like he was like crying. I was like, yo, like my wife was like, she just thought it was a scene, and for me, I was like, yo, I felt that in my chest.
It got me too.
I was like, because that was a big thing of where we got left off in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So that's all I'm saying. I feel like overall the movie was good. It's kind of formulaic, kind of cheesy, and in reality, that movie could have been a lot better. I'm excited for what Spider-Man can do in the future, but we'll see.
One thing I do want to ask as a last Spider-Man question: now that the villains they're healed or whatever, doesn't that like mess up their universe? They can't make a new movie with OG Spider-Man, and for all we know right now, Andrew Garfield. Doesn't that kind of mess up their universe?
Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean,
cares?
it's just a thought. Just a thought.
It is a who cares point.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of moved past that. There's just like, okay, he feels good about himself because now Aunt May is dead, and he did the one thing that Aunt May told him to do, and okay, everything's great. Now you go back to your home world. But I mean, at this point, we'll probably never get Amazing Spider-Man 3. We're definitely not going to get Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4. It just is what it is. I don't think we're going to see any ramifications of this. Overall,
At least not in Spider-Man, we're not.
Like, well, I'm saying, like, the ramifications that we thought we were going to see. Remember, we were doing all that theory crafting and being like, oh my goodness, this is good. At the very end, it's going to be Doctor Strange still trying to fix the world and this, that, and the other. And it kind of was just like, okay, the world's back to normal now.
We're back to square one.
Yeah, we're back to square one. All right, we just pretty much retconned all of Spider-Man's, past and everything he's done. Now he's back to being
that restart. No, they positioned a lot of cool stuff before they hit the restart. J. Jonah Jameson has turned enough of the public against Spider-Man to the point that he has a mixed appeal in New York City. Half people hate him, half the people love him.
With Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
He's what is he like? Well, what did he say that was so funny?
He's like, you're a murderer.
Yeah.
He's like, Oh,
I feel like he mentioned something. He got really topical, and I forgot what the statement was.
Yeah, I forgot what it
I
was.
forgot.
Too. It was
Like
funny
he
as
also,
hell.
like he almost made an anti-vax statement. I was like, oh
Yeah,
damn.
something
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah.
yeah, it was something funny. Yeah, no, it was
It was
hilarious.
pretty hilarious.
Because I was telling my wife, I was telling her, I was like, the fact that they brought him back, they like the T-shirt with the whole Captain America scene, like, hey, like you got attention, and that stupid like that PSA he did. I was like, he's always been that like comic relief, and it was a perfect scene. My wife was just like, oh, he's just funny, but like it's just funny to see his progression of his character. We've seen very little of him, but every time he comes in, he's always been funny in every scene he's done.
Yeah.
Like when MJ and them left them. Remember when he left the detention? He's like, "Hey, come back here," and they like didn't get up or anything of the sort. I was like, "Yo, that's just hilarious stuff."
Well, one thing I didn't like was how do you say this? How convincing and friendly Doctor Strange was with Spider-Man, with Peter Parker.
What?
Like, well, the relationship between Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange, it was like Doctor Strange was kind of like not so friendly towards Spider-Man. But in this movie, it just seemed like he was like, "Hey, can you do a spell for me?" "Sure, kid. Let's go."
Well,
It was just kind of like
he wasn't doing a spell that was in of itself dangerous.
He had done it before.
He did
It's just
before.
nobody had fucked
I
with
think
it.
they elaborated on it in the movie. There was more
Yeah.
nuance than the trailer kind of portrayed, which we commented on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did say, he's like, "Do you remember the party last night or whatever?" And then
Yeah, I think they
the other guy
added-
was like, "No." He's like, "Exactly." He's like, "I do it all the
oh,
time."
okay,
Yeah.
I guess.
Kind of
It's
made
just
it seem
before
like it's a
Peter
simple
Parker.
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got complicated because Peter Parker complicated a simple spell.
Right.
Something
Yeah.
could have been routine.
Yeah,
So
I
he
think nothing of
he
it.
done it. It seemed like he'd done it many times, and it was
Yeah.
just yeah.
Which I think it makes it funnier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the spell, like because he kept changing it on the fly, so
Yeah.
you knew it was a simple spell. It was not like a hard
Yeah.
spell for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, we thought the whole Mephisto situation, and we went really deep, and
Yeah, we went way too deep.
Yeah, we went way too deep. And
Or
also,
a theory.
We went
Or-
QAnon on this.
Yeah, we
yeah,
uh,
yeah, never go full Q.
Full
ever.
QAnon.
Yeah,
But Spider-Man's not gonna go through any consequences. Consequences.
Kwanzaa?
of all this.
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Miles Morales. You gotta wait for.
Yeah, I mean, he is going through consequences. He literally shouldered
Consequences.
Yeah, Kwanzaa.
Consequences.
Yeah, now Miles Morales is gonna come in and say, "I got sympathy."
Quintessential consequences.
But yeah, he is suffering. He is the one person that has to suffer the full brunt of, even though he has saved the universe and multiple universes, he has to take the full brunt of it.
There's two.
What?
Doctor Strange.
No, Doctor Strange is fine. He
I
just doesn't
don't
know Peter Parker. The only thing he doesn't
No.
know is Peter Parker.
But I think the if you saw the last it was a trailer at the end.
yeah, the
Um
teaser.
yeah, the teaser. So have you seen the teaser?
Yes.
Okay.
But the
so
thing
it looks
is,
like
we can't talk. Let's not talk about what we know. It's just in this universe. We don't know about everything else. But we're saying in this universe, the person who took the brunt of the consequences of this is Peter Parker.
Peter Parker. Yeah.
That was, and Peter Parker alone. He has to suffer in the silence of his aunt dying. He lost his best friend. He lost his girlfriend. He is now has no access to the Avengers like he did before.
no access to Tony Stark's tech.
Yeah, he lost. Yeah, he lost the relationship with the father figure that he had. I mean, everything's gone from him. He's literally by himself. He's literally hit reset on his life.
He's cooking a hot dog on a stovetop right now.
Yeah, like,
It's the saddest thing you'll ever see.
yeah. I mean, but this is the typical Peter Parker. I mean, Peter Parker. I mean,
He's microwaving a burrito.
yeah,
Just staring at it.
he's getting that hot pocket warm and ready,
Yeah.
and now he has nobody. So now he's gonna warm up the apple pie and do some nasty things to it because now he has no MJ.
What in the world?
He's gonna get himself in the clear, and it has all the cream filling in it. He's gonna push all that cream filling out. I'm not gonna tell you how he's gonna do it, but he's gonna do it. Damn it! But
Oh my
Go
goodness.
online and J. Jonah Jameson's chat. He's like, this guy's got some good ideas.
yeah, Spider-Man did nothing wrong, man. I mean,
Yeah, fuck Spider-Man.
but no, this is good. I'm excited for the future. I mean, now, I mean, Spider-Man. What would you rate the movie? Finally, like, what would you give it a rating?
How many blurries are you gonna give it?
8 out of 10 from me.
Hmm.
It was fine. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Wow.
Hmm.
I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I would give it 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a good movie. Good movie. It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
I think they did a great job. I think they kept a lot of the secrets. I mean, there were the funny thing is, I got to my tell my wife, I'm like, if you watch the trailers, you knew who was going to be in this movie. It wasn't like a aha moment, like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. When I saw Andrew Garfield and I saw Tobey Maguire, I was just like, that's kind of to be expected.
yeah, but to see it.
To see it, no, it's cool.
Yeah, even though you saw it, or even if you expected it, but when you actually saw it, it actually.
I
hit
was
you.
more
Like,
excited
oh,
at
wow.
the concept that it would not happen.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting for Wolverine. I was sitting there waiting for fucking Wolverine.
Dude, if Wolverine had popped up, oh my god, I would have just passed out in the
Beside,
theater.
bub.
Yeah. Berserker
I'll say
Barrage.
this, when we
It's
saw
okay,
it in
bud.
theaters, when Toby and Andrew
I
popped
killed
up,
my girlfriend once.
people did clap in the theater when they popped up.
Of course. I mean, people are
Yeah.
gonna cheer. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, they're all dullards. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that would have been hilarious if they would have traded stories like, yeah, one time I killed my girlfriend. Like, yeah, I know you must be going through things, but you're not dying. You know, like that would have been really funny if they would try to trade war stories. But I mean, it is kind of it is what it is. Now with Tom Holland recently, talking about the Spider-Man news, with possibility of Spider-Gwen happening. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that? And what do you think? Are we kind of tapped out on Spider-Man at the moment?
Yes.
I'm tapped out. To be honest, I'm tapped out on superhero stuff.
Spider-Gwen, I think we have a great representation in the Spider-Verse animated series, and I think that's we don't need any more.
I would love to see a live action Spider-Gwen and a live action Miles Morales.
It'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I would like to see it.
I mean, it will happen.
It
If
would
their
just-
dollars are there, if the
they-
money's there to be made, they'll make it.
Yeah, but here's what's going to happen. You're going to get it. It's going to be a rehash of the Spider-Verse movie.
We don't know that.
I mean, that the origin of Miles Morales that you saw is pretty much going to be the same thing as same costume, same family.
Oh, yeah, same costume. Yeah, same family. It could be a slightly different story, but I mean, I'll be down to see it. The live action.
Yeah, Darkseid, you were just talking about, you gotta be fair. We were just talking about Cowboy Bebop, and we're talking about the fact that, hey,
that is true.
there is a live action version of it. None of the fans were asking for it per se.
But you're adapting something already. The Spider-Verse movie is an adaptation of the comic book, and they drew upon that, and they pretty much took everything you can, and they created the best Spider-Man movie of all time, and so far the best Miles Morales movie of all time. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where else they could go for Miles Morales that would be appealing, aside from making it real life. And I've already seen Spider-Man in real life. So, I mean, we can make it, go ahead, but I wouldn't be interested in it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You say that now.
I'm telling you, there's no, like, the Spider-Verse movie.
It's good. It's one of my favorites.
It is my favorite Spider-Man film. And it's not my favorite Spider-Man film for just, one reason. It has many reasons why it's good. It's got a great heart. It's got a great story. It's technically beautiful. It's it's got a lot of life in the movie, and they kind of took advantage of the animated platform to make it something that would be more interesting than seeing it in real life. So I don't see how you could possibly top it. I think anything else would be a step down. Make it by all means. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it remains to be seen.
Sure.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm more excited about Dune 2 than any superhero movie that can come out. I'm really tapped out on superhero movies. I think that's why I give this one a 6. I'm just tired of superhero movies. I really need to watch some other thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, there is another thing coming out soon. But go ahead.
what, The Matrix?
Matrix?
Oh, I got spoilers to talk about.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. They
No.
might
All
not
right. All right. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. Heavy spoilers coming up. All right. So Neo is
Yeah. So Trinity and Neo actually have a
yeah,
baby.
exactly.
And
Right.
but it
This
says
moron took his headphones off. He
Yeah,
doesn't
but
know we're done spoiling
but
shit.
it's actually triplets. So it's not no still no other one. It's actually different
Just wait.
pronouns.
Okay. Yeah. And then when he actually
Oh.
Yeah.
all you have to do is wait for him to put the headphones
Of
near him.
course.
And,
So the thing,
yeah, but then what it said on the script.
but the script, the script did say that, and that's crazy. So the script was like that Neo was actually going
Yeah.
to die. Oh, he's so. For our audio listeners, Ed Underground keeps taking off his headphones every time he thinks we're spoiling.
Yeah.
But that's the funny thing. Like, what we're spoiling is really just the ending of it. So like,
it's not the whole thing.
Ending of what?
Oh, the Matrix.
The Matrix,
Yeah.
the one that's coming out.
So like when Neo is actually gonna have to reabsorb, he just keeps falling for it. But yeah, no, I mean,
Which is why Agent Smith is Neo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Agent Smith is the new Neo because he has the code. Like he has the code of Neo, so therefore it's become one.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys. I'm sorry, audio listeners.
Everybody makes
it is
mean something.
Yeah,
I know.
So
For those
that's how you
listening,
know
I
that-
took off my headphones.
I explained it to them, Ed.
And what do you think about the blue hair in Matrix? You think that? I think that's a pretty clear sign of what we're going to get.
Mhm.
It's also Neo and Trinity's child.
Have you seen the posters for the Matrix?
You talk about the blue-haired girl with the rabbit on her back?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
That's Trinity's and
What about
Neo's
her?
child.
What do you think the relevance of the blue hair is?
Well, I have my own thoughts and theories about it. I think
That's their
that
child.
this is a reset of the Matrix.
That's their child.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's been
I
confirmed.
think
They showed it in the IMDb.
Yeah.
I didn't see
just
nor
said
read
that
that.
was
This
the
is
spoiler.
Wolverine.
We just
We're
said
just
this.
talking about
There's
it.
no Wolverines in this movie.
There's the what?
Nothing. Wolverine. What is
There's
it?
no one?
Wolverines.
He says no Wolverines.
Oh,
Ed,
you
like,
said Wolverine. So I was like, what?
Wolverines.
Sounds like Wolverine.
But Ed,
Logan.
the blue hair, she is their child because in the
Possibly. We'll see. I don't know. I
right,
don't know.
but the scene is perfectly leaked here.
Yeah, when's the actual Matrix coming out?
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can see it from the comfort of your own home.
Thank you.
HBO Max,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Blue hair.
So-
And
Yeah.
I have I bought the tickets already. I'm going to see it on Wednesday.
That's
I don't know what to
Yeah,
expect.
Have fun.
Yeah, no, have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
I'm scared for this movie.
Why?
Because I think the first three were great. I know a lot of people don't like the second and third one, but I like all three.
The third one was garbage.
I like the third one.
I
did.
thought they were fine.
Yeah.
I like all of them.
I would say for being an anime fan to actually see that style on live action at that time, what was it, 99, early 2000s?
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
that
me,
didn't
that
age
was-
well though. Have
What's
you
that?
rewatched the scene where he fights all the Smiths?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
freaking awesome.
It has
Oof.
it has aged.
It's
very
rough.
well. It's
It
aged.
hasn't aged very well.
No, it has.
Watch it
aged.
again in HD.
I'm watching it
I know,
tonight.
I've seen it multiple times in HD. It's for what it is, for the time, and when you have to take the time in consideration, is aged well. Is it the great? There's
What
still
statement is that? For the time, you have to consider it
It
has.
depends. Starship Troopers still holds up.
still holds up.
Old
yeah.
ass CG.
Yeah.
No. Let's go back even further. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man scenes at the end of the
That
first
doesn't.
that I remember seeing it as in the theater going like, oh my God, he's swinging through the skyscrapers. Look at him. And now if you watch those scenes, it's the most rubber band CG thing you've ever seen.
No, the worst is the
It's
Green
so
Goblin
good.
when he's on a Goblin glider. He's like,
Yeah.
shoot! and it looks like somebody's on green screen.
Oh yeah.
That was
Fake
absolutely
balloon.
horrible.
Remember that with the parade balloons?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. It was absolutely horrible. But we'll see. We'll see when Matrix comes out.
We shall see. Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna talk about that next episode, right?
And what do you think
Mhm.
about this quote I put in the chat from the early reactions from IndieWire? The Matrix Resurrection
He's
is
not
the
listening
oldest,
to
most
you.
vividly personal Hollywood sequel since The Last Jedi.
He's not listening to
He
you.
keeps ignoring that statement, which is
We're not. Let me put this down.
For those who are
I think
listening,
you're
I have my
spoiling.
headphones off.
Yeah, it does not want anything like any spoilers about the Matrix.
Okay,
So even though
We're not spoiling it, you idiot. He was asking you about the link that he sent.
Well, I don't know if you're spoiling it or not. I don't know.
No, I was just talking about your encounter in the streets. With that guy.
Silence is
Taking
compliance.
off your headphones. I don't know if I got all that story correctly.
What?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I miss what you said.
Yeah, silence is compliance. That's all I'm gonna say.
there you go. He didn't say anything against it.
Well, whatever you said, I'm against it. So
Okay.
Oh, well, you said that you. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it.
That's not what he said.
So-
I have my headphones off. But go ahead.
So ultimately, Spider-Man was all around, good movie, not bad.
Yeah.
Matrix, excited about it. We'll see what happens.
Expect for the worst.
Yeah.
You'll be.
I'm in expectation for whatever happens.
Zendaya.
Yeah, I know that was a great quote, and I think it's worth carrying through your whole life.
It is actually. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it a lot.
Solid quote.
Well, I'm a Zendaya fan, and Zendaya actually did. I think she did a great MJ.
She did good. I liked her towards the end. I think she was really good. I was not a fan of her MJ in the beginning, but towards the end, I really like her.
Yeah,
She's gotten better as an actress.
I think she was a good actress regardless, but I think they actually fleshed her out a lot better and humanized her and stopped making her so antisocial. Like now she's coming to her own. So Zendaya, she's an Academy Award winner. So I mean, she's a great actress in of herself. Yeah.
You won an Academy Award?
Yeah. So she's a great actress in her own right. So I feel like let's not belittle her accomplishment and tell her, oh yeah, I think she's a great actor now. Like no, she's been a great actor. But we'll see what happens with the Spiderverse. I'm excited to see the future but we got a lot of superhero movies coming along. We have Morbius coming along. I was
Shut the hell up about Morbius. God damn. I'm not
We're all
reviewing.
hyped about it.
Yeah, I thought you said Morbius and Jared Leto was your two favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkseid said before the
I
pod
said
started
that
that that's his
briefly.
favorite actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a poster on your wall.
During my post not clarity, and that's all that happened.
He even put his hand over his mouth and started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he said, I quote, Darkseid said that both Jokers shown in the Suicide Squad were the definitive Jokers. There are no other Jokers that Heath Ledger could not touch that performance. That's
Word
what he
for
said.
word.
Word for word. So, no, actually, I was.
I didn't know what to tell you.
Well, hey, just in case if you want to do illicit drugs on your own time and say those crazy things, that's on you. But I did quote you on that.
Guilty as charged.
I'm not. I told my wife like Jared Leto needs a W because right now, when it comes to superhero movies, this man has been fucked over so many times. Like
We've said it before. Supporting character.
Yeah.
He cannot be the main guy.
Academy Award winner.
Supporting character is what he needs.
Yeah,
I think Morbius will be his
Good
W.
actor. He's a very good actor.
He's a great actor. He's a method actor too, to an extent.
Yeah.
He will tear his body up to perform certain roles. So I know he has the chops to do it. I hope that Morbius is the one that does it for him. DC is not.
I
DC's
think you're
not.
gonna be disappointed.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Morbius has me interested. The trailer.
How is that possible? That trailer wants me to. I want to commit murder suicide every time I see.
You want to commit Sudoku. You want
Cookie.
Yeah.
That was beside me that time, but
What? Wait, what?
yeah, it's not a great trailer.
I
It's
thought
a
it was
good
decent.
trailer.
I think it was
Oh
decent.
my, it's so horrible.
This is the only movie with
We are
him in
Venom.
it I want to see.
Just kidding. What's it called? Dr.
I mean, there is some corniness to it, but I mean, look at where Venom came from. Venom is corny. I didn't see Let There Be Carnage. I will be watching that soon, but Venom was extremely corny. Let There Be Carnage. I heard pretty much a lot of people didn't like it.
It's the same thing.
Where does this movie take place? Look, so there's references to Venom in that movie. There's references to
Spider-Man.
But it seemed like
universe.
But it seemed like that was Andrew Garfield universe more.
There's references to the Andrew Garfield. There's Michael Keaton is in it,
Yeah.
right?
From the Tom Holland universe.
So
Tom Holland, yeah.
where the hell is it? This
Worlds are colliding.
No. I think this movie is a cluster, and they didn't know what to do with it, and it's just some like mess of a thing.
You get Spider-Man. You get Spider-Man. You get
Yeah,
Venom.
it's like
Everybody's
not talking to each other, and
Yeah.
they made a movie.
yeah, like Venom's in the world, like there's symbiotes going crazy. Then there's Spider-Man swinging around these Avenger level events, and then there's Morbius just eating people randomly. I mean, I think it's part. It seems like it's part of the Tom Holland universe. I hope it is. I really hope that since this is under, this is under Sony, right? This is gonna be under Sony.
Yeah.
So Sony, hopefully they have enough of that Marvel formulaic pizzazz to sprinkle over Morbius and make it happen.
Nah.
I'm telling you, the ancillary characters that Sony has the rights to, they're not that great in terms of narratively standing on their own without Spider-Man to hold them up.
Didn't I say this? This is why I don't like Venom, the movie Venom.
I think we just kind of blocked you out.
Yeah, you
I don't
I've
really
been
listen
saying
to
it
what you were
since
saying.
day one.
I don't even believe you said that, but
Oh my
Yeah.
I
goodness.
said for a long time, way before the Venom movie came out, being a hater that I am, that Venom is an overrated character.
And I didn't say
I said
that.
this in the chat. You remember this?
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I said this.
I remember you, Dark Side, saying this.
Yeah, he did say that's an overrated
character.
character.
I love Venom, just like Spawn. I like the character,
Okay.
but the character is only so good without the crutch of
The
whatever makes the character cool. In Venom's case, you need Spider-Man. Otherwise, it's not
Yes.
great.
I said
What-
this.
What
Yeah.
if you had Spider-Man movie? What if the penultimate Spider-Man was Spider-Man versus all of the symbiotes?
What do you mean?
So was it no? Not no. Not yeah. Is it no?
No, it was the
Oh,
the king?
No, it's the
King of
king
Symbiotes.
of the symbiotes.
Yeah, he's the king of symbiotes.
all the
symbiotes.
variants of the symbiote. Yeah.
Yeah. What if it came down to like Avenger?
Venom,
But he will be an
Carnage,
Avenger level event. But like, what if that was the penultimate? At the end of 3 Spider-Man movies, that was actually the bad guy we're building up to. So now we see
Just
Venom.
a bunch of
What?
just a bunch of what's the race called or whatever?
It's,
I don't know what
I
they're
forgot.
Yeah.
symbiotes, but I mean we have like
Well,
the
yeah,
white
just a
symbiote.
bunch of symbiotes.
Yeah, I mean there's multiple symbiotes.
No, that sounds like a nightmare.
It does sound like a nightmare.
You
it
guys,
sounds like he'll need help.
you know what? You guys are the same people.
I wouldn't
when-
mind the Tom Hardy Venom movies to go into the null direction. I think that's a cool place for them to go. But as far as Spider-Man goes, I said it for Spider-Man 3 or 4. My idea, I really mean it. Ground him in reality.
Street
Spider-Man
level.
is fun when he's relatable.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is
Kingpin is a great villain too.
Kingpin.
yeah, and man, I'm telling you, there's good street level villains for Spider-Man. Black Cat was a great idea. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. Daredevil,
Mhm.
get him in like the street level fights. The whole like idea of the Far From Home and the Avengers. I think it's big ideas. Bring them back down to the neighborhood.
They
And I
have
think
Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
They refer to Mr. Negative in this movie too.
Mm.
Huh?
what we're talking about.
Huh?
We
I
were
didn't see anything about Mr. Negative.
in that movie.
Yeah, because remember he's supposed to be the one that is behind Feast, right?
I don't know if Feast originates in the movie in the game or if that's a reference from the. I don't know enough about Mr. Negative to say that.
Well, but in the game,
Reference.
he's the one that's helped funding Feast.
Yeah.
So and that's where Aunt May was when Spider-Man first comes in is actually
That's
Feast.
true. That's true. The PS4 game.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
And
there
did you? I don't know. I think you're still playing the game.
I am.
Okay.
so he probably doesn't know about it, but
No, I know about Mr. Negative.
no, I'm
He's
talking about
Asian in the
good
game.
job, Ed. It's like saying Spider-Man is white.
I'm saying he's in the game. So
Remember when he said he'd play those PS4 games faster if he didn't have to stream it?
Yeah, and we see that
Yeah.
he hasn't done
I
that.
remember that.
Yeah. Well, let's not jump on it more than what we already have. So now that we've gone through Spider-Man, is there any other cool topics before we wrap this up?
Doctor Strange teaser. Did you guys have any? I thought the
Shumagora.
Yeah, the what?
It looked like we saw Shumagora in there.
Yeah,
It
and
did look a little bit like it. It was such a quick flash. I didn't know if it was Shumagorath.
Yeah, I was kind of like, okay. I mean, it makes sense in the whole Doctor Strange universe. You got
It
these.
makes sense, but they've also had a lot of tentacle monsters
Mhm.
like just come out of portals, so it could just
I'm
be
sure
a
you'll
random
see some
tentacle monster.
horrors, and because the evil, I don't know if he's the evil Doctor Strange
I
from
don't
the
think so.
What If series. That was such a cool reveal to see him.
Yeah,
And then so they did show briefly another superhero that we'll see for the first time, America Chavez. She'll be
Yes,
Mhm.
with the star in the jacket.
in
and
her
everything,
jacket.
yeah.
So that was cool. I want to see that again. If they release that somewhere, I'd like to watch it because I saw it so fast.
yeah.
There were so many references to things
Uh,
I'm very curious about, but I'm looking forward to the
Yeah.
tone of that movie. It looks real cool.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it big time.
I feel like we got some things wrong on that. Because remember, we said that we thought that Wanda was going to be the bad guy of the Multiverse of Madness.
She still could be.
She can still
could
be.
be.
She
Yeah.
still could be. I mean, once she now that she knows more about the multiverse through Doctor Strange and with her kids, she could absolutely turn on him and so forth, which would be
I think that we said that before the What If series created the evil version of Doctor Strange. And I think he's the more natural fit there. Or he could be a red herring. I don't know. But
Hmm.
I think that it's a more interesting story with the Scarlet Witch being out of control and Doctor Strange kind of having to, help her or
Hmm.
fight her or something. But the final scene with the evil Doctor Strange, I don't know, man, that scene looks so cool.
that was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that, and I thought that was a cool addition. Whether that is the evil Doctor Strange or, like you said, kind of like a red herring, where it's actually something else that we weren't expecting. Still cool nonetheless. They know what they were doing when they put that scene in
Didn't
there.
Watcher contain him? What did Watcher do with?
No,
He made him a watcher over
But he's contained
Ultron. What's it? Crag.
the universe,
Yeah.
the bubble.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's a watcher now. He watches over Killmonger and Crag. Ultron.
Crag. Ultron.
Oh, right. They're perpetually fighting or something.
Yeah,
Fighting,
yeah. Is it Crag?
No,
I
it's
don't know, but you know what? They
I'm
Ultron.
thinking Krang. I'm sorry, Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Wow.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's exactly who it is.
Yeah, Krang.
that thing that he captures that perpetual
Pokeball.
fight in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In this movie, that's what Doctor Strange was doing. He was doing the same thing in this movie, creating it into that. There's another
pocket dimension.
dimension.
I saw. I kind of realized that.
They're both doing this. They're both doing the same thing. We saw it in What If first, but that was a cool callback to What If, I guess.
Yeah, because reality, that thing blew up. The pocket dimension blew up. The realities were coming through. He mends them, but we don't know what the recourse of that.
I don't know,
magic-
but something is end up. He contained something in some form.
right. So that's
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of curious how this multiverse of madness is going to turn out because it seems like this seems like it's going to be pretty epic. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
That reveal that the greatest threat to the multiverse is you.
Yeah.
He just looks so cool.
Yeah. I mean, what's his name came back? What's his name?
Mordo.
Mordo came back, which we've been wondering where the fuck he's been at ever since the first Doctor Strange, because he was always talking about, the problem is just too many sorcerers. But now it seems like he's of stable mind now, not like going homicidal. Like he just now I'm gonna kill Strange. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Of all the movies, I mean, we said that about Spider-Man, but of all the movies and Marvel series coming up, Doctor Strange is definitely gonna be the summer banger for sure.
Mhm.
So looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we're whores going from one thing to another. So now
Pretty
that
much.
has
Trinity
arrived,
Fix.
we're on to the next thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Doctor
absolutely,
Strange.
absolutely.
All right, on a hype meter. All right, let's put an honest hype meter out there. Doctor Strange or the Batman? Where's your hype at?
Oh shit.
I know.
You gotta do that.
Batman's
question.
probably like 9. Doctor Strange would be like a 7.
I'll say Batman a 9. You know what? I'll say a 10. Batman a 10. Strange an 8.
All right. Anyone
Because it's a Marvel movie.
fuck off. All right, you're not. I'm got it.
It's a Marvel movie. See, we're gonna see the formula and all that stuff. Yeah, because it's the tone of the trailer. It looks like it's going to be up there. I could be wrong.
Guys,
I could be wrong.
I'm excited to see Batman, but we've been like it's going down very familiar territory. I almost feel like I've seen that movie before.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
I want to see it. I'm down.
My hype meter is probably a 4 for the Batman.
Wow.
And probably about a 5 for Doctor Strange. Like I'm hyped for it, but I'm kind of I mean it's weird. I'm in this weird mood of also Green Tuner. Like I'll judge these movies individually as movies. I judge them. I judge them within superhero movies. So like how I judge Spider-Man, I think I gave it an 8.5. But when I compare it to other movies, it obviously would be lower if I compare it to other movies. Just the experience in and of itself. I'm hyped for these movies, but I'm same thing with Green Tuner. We've seen all this before. I'm beyond. We've seen everything. We've seen the. Batman
It gets
stories.
tiresome, watching these superhero blockbusters over and over and over again.
Now Dune 2.
Grittier.
Huh?
They make him grittier.
Yeah, they made him
Of course.
yeah. Now he's gonna be fighting social issues next. You just used the wrong pronouns.
How dare you?
Like, you call me Batman.
I'm not a he.
You
I'm
call
a
me-
they, them.
Give him a more grounded car.
Yeah.
It's not even gonna be called Batman anymore. Just Bat he him or
No, that's
bad
even worse.
Day.
Jeez.
Bad day.
Jeez, even worse. No, we've seen all this stuff before, and it's getting old. Not getting old. It's just why be hyped for something that you've seen the formula for so many times? How many
Because
origin
I'm a
stories?
sucker.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, and I will watch it. But yeah, we've been there, done that. This is once again, we're so spoiled as moviegoers and as as nerds. We've seen this shit so many times, and now how dare we talk about? Oh my goodness, I'm so for Batman. Let there be like a 10-year stretch of no Batman. Then we're gonna be the same people like Warner Brothers. Please make another Batman. Oh my god, this has been so long. Like, can we have Val Kilmer back? I want the nipple suit back.
No.
I want to see Ed in his Robin costume again. Like,
That's never happened, but continue.
But I mean, like, we're spoiled. Marvel has movies. I think they said line up for the next 20 years. Marvel is going to be producing movies forever.
Yeah, they'll be churning them out.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is complete fuck ups, but
they don't know what the hell they're doing.
They don't know. Warner Brothers, they just have
coming at you.
They just have a dartboard where they have movie license, and they just like, oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, Blue Beetle's now a movie. Yeah, we're taking away from a TV series, now turning into a movie. All right, which one are we gonna do next? Oh, gay black Superman. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be successful as long as they stop trying to copy the multiverse and whatever
Marvel formula.
Just do individual movies.
Yeah,
that's all they need to do. Individual movies, it'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've
Alrighty.
exhausted all the Spider-Man talk. We've exhausted.
Yeah. Damn, we're running. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, this is 2 hours, 23 minutes
Woo!
of a Blur podcast. This is probably one of our longest episodes thus far. But other than that, you guys have any other parting words before we get out here?
No. Let it end.
Let it end. Like,
free your mind.
Like, look at the flowers. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is it's a Walking Dead reference. Look at the flowers. And one day when you get old enough to watch TV shows that are that violent, you'll know what we're talking about.
I watch a lot. A whole lot.
What?
Okay.
All right. Take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 29 of the Blurred Podcast. You can find us on all major platforms and live on twitch.tv/the Blurred Podcast.
Did you have to look at the screen to remember it was
No, I'm you know how some people like
it looked like you were reading it.
Yeah, it looked like you're reading, but twitch.tv/the TV.
Well, sometimes getting confused with twitch.com. So I get twitch.tv because I'm not used to typing in twitch.tv with TV at the end.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Blur you later.
Blur you later.
Later.